nervous. I just have to kind of pretend that it's just like a conversation.
It is a conversation, and welcome back to Blue Collar Genius, where we sit around and get to know each other today over coffee and tea.
Yeah.
So we have Hijas de la Muerte. Probably totally butchered that because I'm a fucking Riri.
Cool.
No, dude, you almost got it. It's
Almost.
a little difficult
Say
sometimes.
it for us, Sammy.
It's Hijas de la Muerte. So it's, but we like
And
to give it-
Aradna? How are you?
Aradna. Yes. Doing good. Yeah, Hijas de la Muerte.
So
Yeah.
what shows do you ladies have going on? If you guys didn't know, haven't caught them yet, they are a two-piece, all ladies, kick-ass, punk, rock, thrash, whatever you want to call it, fucking get in your ear and not let it go band.
Yeah. we actually, funny enough, we have 2 shows coming up in December. We're actually playing in Orlando Soundbar, December 17th. So that's a Tuesday. We've got ticket links on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, because that's the only 2 that we got. But you can find us at Hijas de la Muerte Official on Facebook, Instagram. And so we're playing December 17th, No Handouts and Friends show. And it's going to be a whole bunch of like pretty sick bands that are going to be playing with us. So it'll be sick. And then we're also playing Churchill's, Miami, December 20th. It's the Friday. And we're playing the 305 Fest. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
A whole
And
bunch of sick bands.
how do they get to your Facebook page so they can get those tickets?
Yeah, dog. So what you want to do is go to our Facebook page, Hijas de la Muerte Official, and then kind of scroll down and see in the events page, and you'll see the No Handouts and Friends, and there should be a ticket link down below. But if you don't see it there, you can always go to our Instagram, and it's in our link in our bio.
And right off the rip, you've already got people following. Major,
Whoa.
Mr. Our own local troll, Major Havoc, letting me know he's never heard anyone butcher so many languages at one time in one place. And then
Oh, no.
your boy Parker Rockenstein saying, "What up, ladies?"
Yeah,
Parker. What's up, Parker?
What's up,
Hey,
man?
Yeah, Parker's recording right now.
That's
I
so
love Parker.
sick.
Parker
That's awesome.
Rockenstein.
Thanks for watching, man.
Stein. Rockenstein. I'm sorry, Parker. Rockenstein, like
Stein,
Frankenstein,
like
but rock.
Frankenstein.
It's an awesome name.
Oh, that's
a
sick.
little jealous.
I love that. But yeah. Also, another thing too. Friday, December 13th, we are releasing our first single,
Cobra Man.
Cobra Man. So you can find that on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Tidal, Tinder, Grindr, matchpeoplemeet.com.
Oh my god. Probably not.
Vampire Freaks, MySpace.
Probably not Grinder.
And if
Not
you're looking
Grindr.
for
Or
a
get picked
fishing buddy, look for him on Plenty of Fish.
Yes. Good.
So you're a two-piece. Sammy, you play what?
Oh, I play drums.
You play drums.
I play drums, and I scream into the mic very angrily.
I
in
can't
Spanish.
imagine. You angry? No.
Yeah.
She's being modest. She's a great singer.
Oh, I kinda,
I'm so proud of her.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
And Aradna?
Yes, singer and guitar.
No, you play what? 6-string, 7-string, whatever.
It's the 6-string Ibanez.
Oh, she plays the 6-string. See that, guys? If you want to sit here and be showed up by a woman on a guitar, she got you. Ain't gonna make her swoon sitting down playing acoustic.
No, but what's cool,
Maybe
though,
if you play the right song for her and you play it in
A little
key
bit.
on time.
Get me in my feels on acoustic. Sometimes,
get that drop
but
D going.
yeah.
Now, you ladies do a two-piece.
Mm-hmm.
What made you, like, is that your preference? Is that just where you're at? Are you guys looking at adding a third, a fourth, a sixth? Maybe become, dub? I don't know.
True. Well, the way that we started out.
Well, I think once you go past 5, it becomes ska automatically, right?
Yeah.
A 9-piece.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
The trumpet player. Like,
Yes. So, the way that we started our origin story was we used to play in a band together. Everybody that knows us knows what band it was. And then we left the band for greener, better pastures, per se. And so, to put it nicely and cordially, So now we were just like, screw it, man. We want to play in a band. Like, we want to keep this going. So we started Hijas de la Muerte, which, fun fact, it was going to be called Sabbatical Bats, which is really, really terrible.
Why is
Really-
that terrible?
I
don't know.
It just sounded like very like sabbatical bats. Like what?
Sabbatic bats. I don't know.
Sabbatical
I like it.
bats.
You like it? We're
You
gonna
like
wr't a
it?
song called Sabbatic
Sabbatical bats? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
like bats.
we're crazy, but we're on a break from being crazy.
It's honestly like.
I mean, that's if you like someone who's bats to me was, I'm a bit older, so that was someone who was crazy. If they're a little batty, they're bats, they're crazy.
Yeah.
But you're on sabbatical, so you're
Yeah.
sabbatical crazy.
It was more so like I thought of aquabats, and I was like, bro, we can't be wearing like the little, what do you call it, like the little cone head shaped helmets that they wear and the goggles, and I'm wearing like the blue and like the biker shorts. Yeah, dude, that's what aquabats looks like.
Who's
It's-
Aquabats?
I know
Aquabats.
who's
Oh my god.
Aquabats.
So actually, fun fact. So Aquabats is a band, but they also have a TV show, and it's like for kids or whatever. But I think they've gone on like Warp Tour, and they play live music. It's like the Wiggles almost, but
Baby Shark.
Dude.
Yeah, all that.
Shark to do.
But yeah. So I don't know why
See,
I was thinking of Aquabats, and I was like,
It's weird. Kids have all these. Back in my day, you had two choices:
Mm-hmm.
Fraggle Rock and Lamb Chop.
oh my god, yo, Lamb Chop was my thing. Do you remember Lamb
she's
Chop?
like-
I do.
Yeah.
remember
And the
Lamb
song that
Chop.
never ends.
It's a
And the
song that never
never
ends.
ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends.
One day we started singing and not knowing what it was.
And now we
Oh god, no, that's gonna get stuck in my head.
Yeah, we're talking about covering it.
Yeah.
I think briefly, very, very briefly.
And Parker sat here and took that as a challenge for a shred off.
Oh, bet.
Between me and him,
Uh-huh.
wait, okay.
She can do it.
He's all left hand.
She can do it. She can do it. I believe in her.
Oh, and he said when you play at Churchill's, wear shoes you don't mind throwing out afterwards.
Oh, true.
Why?
Very true.
Why?
I don't know.
Churchill's is known to be a little bit dingy, old school punk rock type of venue.
Yeah.
It's great to play, a lot of fun, but you want to burn the clothes afterwards is what I heard.
Kind of.
We-
Especially if you step foot in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. We don't.
Yeah.
So, fun fact: we actually, in our old band, we played at Churchill's a few times, and I was like, "Nah, dog, I am not going in any of these bathrooms. I'm gonna go hike it across the street to the Walgreens, and like the Walgreens has like this weird gate at night, so they like lock it up completely, so you can't even get in." And I was like, "Bro, I gotta go so bad." I almost climbed that gate. I was like, "No, dog, you gotta let me in." There was like 2 people left in there. I was like, "Please let me in. I gotta go. I don't want to go in the bathroom at Churchill's." But then I ended up going to the gas station. It was like way better, way better.
Oh, okay. Not to be mean, but Sammy, that's not a fun fact.
It's not
That's not a very fun fact
it's
at all.
Terrifying, man. But you know, save face. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Parker wants me to ask you, what is your inspiration on the makeup you guys wear during your shows? And he also wants to point out it's more pee than water on the floor in the bathrooms.
That's true. That's very true.
Thank you, Parker. I love how you're on this show too. Let's see. I mean, Hijas de la Muerte. We're kind of, I think, exploring like not to get too religious, but the Santa Muerte thing.
Yeah.
And like we kind of like wanted to like. And she's Mexican. For me, it's like cultural appropriation.
Oh my god.
De la Muerte.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like Day of the Dead sort of. I love it, like exploring like a positive relationship with death and like celebrating it in our music. I
Yeah.
kind of feel like that's where we're going with
Yeah.
it. Does it answer your question, Parker?
Well,
Well,
not only
Sammy.
that though. It was the funny how she said cultural appropriation. So we had the event page for like our first show, which was at Respectables November 1st, if y'all were there. And somebody commented below and like had like these little like emoji eyes that was like looking the other way and was like, "Isn't this a culture appropriation?" I was like, "Oh dog, let me go in real quick." So I went ahead and I typed in, I was like, not really, because the drummer's Mexican American, first gen American, and we're trying to celebrate life for Dia de los Muertos in a positive, fun manner. So like,
Go
You
fuck
can-
yourself.
You know, please stop. Thanks. Okay, bye. And then the person never responded back, and it was so funny because other people started liking this,
Backing us
like
up.
backing
yeah.
us up
It
on
was
it,
really cool.
and it was the funniest shit ever. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Since we're gonna get on that topic, I have a
Yes.
huge problem with the whole cultural appropriation movement. Like, I get being upset if someone is in fact appropriating someone else's culture solely for economic and financial gain. But if I think what you're doing is really fucking cool and I want to be a part of it,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it's because a lot of people have never left the United States. Like, if you go down to Mexico during Day of the Dead, they're gonna expect you to conform and dress up and participate.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like yes, but then also too, like you don't you know
You don't
just-
have to,
you don't have to, but it's awesome.
people will push for that. They're like,
Yeah,
come
they'll
on, let me.
encourage it. They'll encourage that shit.
Now,
yeah.
if in the culture you're conforming, but you're not of that culture, but you participate, you're not appropriating that culture. You're participating in it.
yeah.
If you're a friend of mine and it's that celebration time, or it's like going to a quinceañera.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
getting fucked up on tequila and drinking to Mexican, music that I can't understand half the words they're saying because they sing so fast.
And they got the accordion going. And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah.
But
The
I
gritan.
mean, like that's the whole thing.
The
Like,
gritos.
if you get into that culture, if as long as you're not trying to, in my opinion, this is just solely my opinion. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Obsidian band interjects and goes, "When are you gonna play?" Wants to know when you play with them.
Yo,
Soon.
hit us up.
Exactly.
January.
We love you.
Whenever y'all want to start a show, let's get one going. I'm so
We
down.
love you guys.
We love you guys.
We
a
got
lot.
your back.
A lot.
Apparently, they like you. So with that, Obsidian band, hit me in the DMs. Let's set up an interview.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That too. That too.
Wait, can we cuss on this?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, dude. Down.
Well, let me phrase that. I know I can. Can you fucking cuss on this?
We cuss on it. We're a
Oh,
PG.
this is
We're
awesome.
a PG
We're
punk
PG.
band.
Yeah.
We have. Oh man, dude. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked, but
It's all right.
We
Let's
had
go
a,
say-
we had a band logo that was in the works, and a certain person that we were working with unfortunately didn't work out, and we lost $300 from them, which freaking sucked. But we saw the logo that they gave us, and one of it. Well, we had what was it? It was like Santa Muerte, like I'm gonna butcher the name, and I am so sorry, but it's Mechicha or Metzichicha, which is like the goddess of death, and I think Aztec religion. And then it was Kali, which is the goddess of death.
The Indian goddess of death.
Yeah, the Indian goddess of death. And so one of them looked so badass, like the Aztec Indian goddess or whatever looked so crazy, looked badass, looked awesome. And then you saw to the right, it had a Disney character of Kali, like her eye. It was so bad. And we're like, hey man, like you're doing awesome. Can you just please, like pretty please, like, like we just like we're running on a deadline, man. It doesn't like please, and he just never responded back to us. And we were just like, you know what, screw it. Like we can't work with this person anymore. And so we just like we tried to figure out a way to kind of make things work with each other, and the dude just never responded back to us ever again. So
That sucks. But back to a quick.
Yeah.
So you guys thinking of adding a third? So you have a bassist or
yeah.
another rhythm guitar? Or
So the way, sorry.
like, if you literally could set up, not just so you guys could keep doing, but like if this became something for you, what would be your ideal band setup?
Dude, like we've actually just talked about this, and like we're open. We're not looking for any additional members, but like we're open to it. But we were talking about this yesterday. We love the idea of a duo. Like this is so cool. It's been an interesting challenge. Like we've had to like explore technology, and I did a setup with my guitar where I have a bass amp and a pedal that like mimics a bass sound. So I actually have a bass and guitar sound at the same time. And it's been an interesting challenge. It's actually been pretty exciting just being a duo.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sammy.
No,
Like,
no.
No.
Don't apologize.
Like I love it. I love that she has like an Alesis drum machine. I fucking love it. Like I
Yeah,
love
dude.
like the challenge of it. I love the duo idea. Like it's just like I feel like we're both gunslingers. Like in my mind, like Bendy does.
Yeah, the bandiras.
Of course, Parker wants to know, are you guys going to play with Ember's Dawn? And and followed up with, are you guys trying to get on with Kryptonite Fest or FemFest?
Oh,
Ooh.
dog. All the above.
Both.
Yes, yes, yes. And yes. If there was a fourth question, yes.
Ember's Dawn.
Ember's
Definitely.
Dawn. Yeah, dog. Yeah,
We got
we'll
your
set it
back,
up
Parker.
too, man. For sure, for sure. That'd be dope.
No.
Play with all the bands.
I
don't
don't.
care.
I don't know if you guys get shit for this or not.
Bring it.
But like one of the songs I heard you guys play on the last time I caught one of your shows was Veruca Salt.
Veruca Salt.
Wasn't it Veruca
Ooh.
Salt? Or you covered one of their songs, right?
Oh, it was Rebel Girl
Yeah.
from Bikini Kill. And it was where we do the dun 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 dun, and there's like Rebel Girl, Rebel Girl.
Is that what you're
Here's a
talking
quick-
about?
Is that
Yeah,
is
I
that
think
one?
that's what-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, fun fact, we personally were like, oh, we want to get away from this. Like, yeah, we're very, we're all for anything as long as you don't harm yourself or harm others. Like, awesome, good for you, all supporting, love, whatever. Not whatever, but you know what I mean. And we were like, oh, dude, we kind of, Rebel Girl's cool, but like, we want to play harder stuff, like not harder stuff, but we want to challenge ourselves and like play like faster, meaner stuff. And so we were like, okay, well, let's play Rebel Girl since we know it. And like the first couple of shows that we played with it, like people were like really stoked about it. They were so freaking like excited about it. And the last show that we played, Poorhouse, there was a dude there that was doing splits. Like this man is in his like early 60s doing splits for everybody. And when we were playing Rebel Girl, the man just dropped. And it was awesome. And all these girls, like everybody in the audience were just like, oh my God, this is so great. And then one of the band members from, I think, Mega Fluff came up to us and she was like, look at my bag, look at my bag. It was Bikini Kill. We were like, yo, this couldn't be any more perfect. This is awesome. But I think in the future, we're going to switch up because we play two covers, actually. We play one cover, which is La Llorona, and it's like a Mexican song about the, what do they call it? Fairy tale? No.
It's like that story about the woman who kills kids.
Or the woman that like...
The Weeping
lost-
Woman by the
yeah,
river.
the Weeping Woman by the
that's it,
ri-
that's
yeah.
it. Basic, that's it. And,
Well, you want to get into mythology and stuff like that. That's all kinds of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's we cover that song, La Llorona, and then we do Rebel Girl, but we were thinking about doing like Circle Jerks and covering.
So it's kind of a
Covering
mix
them.
between Circle Jerks and Richie Valens, huh?
Yeah, yeah, almost, but in our own way. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
I went off on a tangent there.
We do tangents here. We go out in the weeds. We go out, and that's the whole beautiful thing about this. There is
Discover woods.
discover the swamp.
Yeah, but yeah.
So oh my God, I can't look at all these. But the big question I'm seeing right now is, are either one of you single?
Oh. I am not single. Apologies.
Sorry,
I
ladies.
guess. Sorry, everyone out there. No, I've actually been in a relationship. Yeah.
You don't have to go into details.
Yeah,
you
just,
don't.
I'm in a relationship. There we go. Yeah.
Who's asking that?
Nosies.
Me.
Oh, that's so great. So he knows who to not flirt with.
Oh, I don't care. I guarantee you, people are gonna wonder.
Oh,
Of course, by the time you
right.
watch this, it'll probably be like too late, and they'll both be wifed up.
Wife me up, so I don't have to work anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm not like that.
How it works.
Yeah, no, dude.
Unless he's rich
No, honestly,
or
I'm
she's
like,
rich.
I'm way too independent for that. I can't. I would.
No,
Like,
you don't
freak
have to.
out. But you don't have to. You can say
It's-
undisclosed.
What, me?
Or you can plead the fifth. Yeah, you.
I've been going through my introspective nightmare alone. If that answers your question. Really doing a lot of soul searching. So the answer is yes, I'm single.
Oh, I was gonna say, it sounds like you ran out of DMT.
That too. No.
The ayahuasca trip has faded. She has
Time
come
for
back.
more mushrooms.
Feel the carpet.
So-
Feel the Jerry.
It's swallowing me.
Let me adjust myself. But yeah.
So, what are your big musical influences individually? Like from your adolescence or younger years to the change when you later adolescence, teenage to adulthood? Like, has it changed or has it all been the same?
Oh, no, it changed. It changed. You can go first. Mine's like
Oh no, I know you, Sammy. I know it's like it's so cool. It's such a blessing that like I get to work with somebody who has like such similar musical taste. You know, being so young and like knowing all my bands. You know, like I picked up a guitar because of, this is gonna sound cheesy maybe to some people, Nirvana. Like I fell in love with Nirvana when I was a kid, and like I loved rhythm guitar. And later that's like evolved into like all sorts of punk and, you know, metal. I listen to metal now and like, you know.
Any particular metal bands, like, so people can
My
kinda
favorite
gauge?
one is Lamb of God. Absolute favorite.
Joey, you should have been here. Go fuck yourself. You could have discussed all that shit.
Yeah.
The only song from Lamb of God I really know is Muerte.
Ooh.
Oh, Muerte. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've been listening to 512 on repeat. It's like, it's the, oh my God. Oh my God, that song is so good. But
Yeah, I'm more of a Clash and Social Distortion fan.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
yeah, punk is, yeah, go ahead.
No, you keep going.
Punk is what we're kind of going for. Like,
Oh yeah.
old school, like revised,
Like,
you know,
not
hybrid,
so,
yeah.
skater punk.
He was a
Oh,
skater
I
boy.
don't
He was
do
a skater
subgenres.
boy.
Oh, dog.
Like,
we are a subgenre.
I don't do subgenre. It's just
yeah, it's just
punk.
one punk.
It's metal.
Yeah.
It's rock. It's classic pop.
I like that. I like that.
Like, I still listen to friggin', you know, Elton John and Billy Joel. I like Grand Funk. Most people don't even know who Grand Funk is.
You know, I've heard that name before, but I don't think I may have probably listened to it.
A lot
once
of
or
times they're
twice.
known as Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh, okay, then yes. Okay.
American band, one of their biggest ones. And then one of my favorites is Captain.
Captain.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Very, very. It's like. I mean, also a fan of Styx, Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
cool.
God. Come sail away. Come sail away.
Come sail away with me.
Honestly, dude, I am the exact same way. I will listen to anything and everything. I started, fun fact, my mom, when she was still around, she passed away. Rest in peace, mama. But my dad and her, they got me into listening to Aerosmith when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. And I was listening to Aerosmith, Earth, Wind and Fire, Prince, Michael Jackson. I was listening to like, what's that one? That one song, it was like super popular and it was like about mustard or something like that. I said, that one song, I don't know, it was super catchy. I don't remember. If any of you know that song, like, bless up, because I can't remember that freaking song name at all or like who sings it. And then it was like Mambo Number 5 from Lou Bega, and then like from there I progressed into and I cringe at this, as a emo scene kid. So I was listening to like, I wouldn't say post-hard, like, I don't know, you can call it like hardcore, just hardcore. And I was listening to like Blood on the Dance Floor and Asking Alexandra and Black Veil Brides. And it was very depressing. And then I started listening to punk music like 8th grade, and I was listening to like Dropkick Murphys, Flogging Molly, Social Distortion, The Adolescents, and then Misfits. That's where I found the Misfits.
Dude,
And it
Misfits.
changed my life
That's
forever.
like-
I have got to be the biggest reject to punk rock in the world. I've heard them. I've listened to them. I've never gotten into the Misfits. I'm like the biggest.
Oh my
my God. No,
Oh
honestly,
my
it's
God.
Okay, it's okay.
No, it's like,
all good.
look,
It's good.
like I've heard some. I'm like, all right, but like, I've never heard a Misfits song that like just grabbed me and went, I know this.
True.
Like I've heard it, I'm like, that reminds me of this person, or reminds me of, but it's never been like I identify with that. Like whereas like Social Distortion, there's a couple of their songs that like, especially now that I'm older, like I totally am like Ball and Chain. Yeah, I know that one, and I was wrong. Like holy shit, yes.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
Story of
Winners and
my
losers.
life.
Winners and Losers. I
Oh my
love
God,
that
my
song.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel that.
Like that's always been the thing for me.
We
wow, this is really. We've got a ton of questions coming in.
Oh, hit us up.
So,
what's up?
First one is what skill or talent do you admire the most in your fellow band member?
Oh.
Oh my god.
I've never thought of that before.
I could go on and on
That's-
about Sammy. I could go for the rest of the interview.
Oh, don't say that.
And
I'm serious. I'm not
Parker,
even-
no, my radio's not stuck on the Gator. It's actually stuck on.
Parker.
Say that, man.
Come on, Parker.
Jesus.
It's actually
Really?
on 104.3.
Yeah, the shark.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Except for very first thing in the morning, I listen to 97.3 because I got to hear it blown off.
Yeah. I dig
I want
that.
to. I want to hear what stupid reason someone's not answering their phone for you, and you feel the need to bring a radio station in on it.
Oh my god, yeah, like some Jerry Springer type thing, or what do they call Maury was like, you are not the father. Or like Dr. Phil. when
And
they
then Dreams Between is asking what collectively our thoughts are on the Ramones.
Ooh, the Ramones. I dig the Ramones. I don't care what anyone says. I love the Ramones. They were also a band that got me into punk music as well. And that was like, when I was like 8th grade too. Yeah, I really like the Ramones. Their background origin, they don't give a fuck. They'll sing whatever they want. And yeah, dude, like they Blitzkrieg Pop, come on. Like, you know what I mean? They were there to have a good time, and they were just playing music, and like it was just really, a lot of people just liked it. They were like, you know.
I can see that. I was actually, I never, like, again, another band, like, I knew, I appreciated them, but wasn't me. Like, everyone knows Blitzkrieg. But still, it was like, I was more into, fucking Rancid.
Mm-hmm.
Same. We saw. Oh my god. So going back to the whole like Misfits thing. So we just recently saw the Misfits in New York. October 18th, 19th. And Rancid was playing. It was the Damned, and then it was the Misfits. There was another band playing, right? Or no? I think it was just the three.
It was just the three.
Yeah, just the three. And holy shit, my life was changed for like it was like the ayahuasca
beautiful.
trip. That's how it was
Yeah.
for me. I was like crying. It was
So-
terrible.
I'm going to sit here and ask, growing up, you guys both grew up here, correct? No?
Rockville, Maryland.
Okay.
Yep.
So did either one of you guys coming up have a local band that you like were a fan of or that you followed?
Yeah, it was. This is so this is so embarrassing. It was Kay Lastima.
Kay Lastima,
It
yes.
was Kay Lastima. Funny
I
enough,
love Kay
I'm actually
Lastima.
I'm friends with the vocalist that used to play in that band, Kay Lastima, which is Paul Holland, aka Pablo Colache. He does all my tattoos, and he did her tattoo. He's a great guy. But the band Kay Lastima was like the OG.
The reason why I ask is
love
like
them.
mine growing up here in South Florida was Rape Date.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Oh, you know who else? Jack Off Jill. That's who else. I think
were they local
I
here?
think they were locals. I think so.
They could've been.
They played in Fort Lauderdale. I think they played a few times down here. I think they were locals. Don't get me.
Don't quote you on that.
Don't quote me on that, please. Please don't. But yeah.
Someone
Jack Off
check the
Jill.
wiki and come back to us on that.
Fact check me right now. But yeah, I would have to say Jack Off Jill as well, if they're locals. But I really liked them a lot.
I prefer. Someone asked about Dreams Between wants to know about what about Black Flag, and I was more of a Rollins band fan. Over the
Black Flag was dope too, and Minor Threat, and then the Adolescents. And
Okay, so am I the only one that was like this? Like there's only one band that's the exception for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like whenever there was like a front man or that went and had a separate project, very rarely was I a fan of the other project or
Yeah.
the original project. The exception being Nirvana and Foo Fighters with
Mm-hmm. R.I.P.
Dave Grohl.
Did you see that post?
Oh yeah,
He's like,
the
like,
drummer.
it's totally-
The drummer looks just like the front man for Foo Fighters.
God. Yeah.
and he's like, this is totally dad rock. Like, I love that, man. He admitted to it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
What's Dad Rock, Foo Fighters?
Yeah. Dave Grohl is like, this is totally dad rock.
It's Dad Rock.
It's dad rock.
And
I was like,
what is it? Shinedown is also Dad Rock. Nickelback.
Hey, I like my Dad Rock. I like Shine Down.
You know
State
what?
of My Mind.
Yeah, dog. What was it? 45.
Oh, I love that back in the day too.
Me too.
And then of course they did Simple Man as well.
Simple Man was
They covered
really
that.
good. Yo, me and her, and this is really funny. We both were like super into Linkin Park too, and like we just recently found that out, which is actually really sad, because we should have known like from the get go. But we were like super obsessed with Linkin Park too. I'm still obsessed with Linkin Park.
Hey, Linkin Park. Oh, I liked Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Linkin Park when me and my ex-wife had first separated. I had bought her and I tickets for Linkin Park, like maybe 3 weeks before the concert is when we separated. I went to Linkin Park by myself.
Yeah.
And
treat yourself.
I fucking went crazy when they played Bleed It Out.
Oh man.
And I mean, like I got like not front row, but I was like 10 rows back.
Yeah.
Like so, I was right there.
Yeah, man. Oh, I would. Oof.
In your feels, man.
Oh,
That's
completely
beautiful.
That's.
I mean, awful, but
But it's a good.
I bleed it out. Right there, I'm like,
yeah.
oh. So I don't give a fuck if you don't like Linkin Park. You can suck my cock
Yeah, dog. Linkin
and
Park
her
is-
cock and her cock.
Linkin Park's the major ish. I freaking love them to the day. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like when it comes to music, we're just so very like out there. We'll listen to like anything and everything.
And Parker wants to know your favorite Linkin Park album.
Hybrid Theory.
Ooh,
The first, like, it's like one of the first
Hybrid
ones.
Theory. Yeah, for me,
Definitely.
it was the album that everybody hated.
Which was
It was
Meteora.
No. Well, maybe. No, it was.
I'll piss everyone off. My favorite Linkin Park album was the collaboration with Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
What?
I love that.
okay.
What?
That fucking collaboration was amazing. I don't give a fuck.
I did that.
I love that. That was so awesome. Jay-Z fucking spitting his song set to the Linkin Park song and tempo and then swapping it up and they're singing the Linkin Park lyrics to the
Yeah.
song and tempo of the Jay-Z song.
I like collaboration like
that.
that.
Was and in my opinion is probably one of the greatest true collaborations in music history. The only thing that's greater than that would be Run DMC and Aerosmith, only because that brought
know.
rock and rap together and brought rap out into the spotlight of mainstream suburbanites.
Yeah,
Like,
dog.
but after that, the greatest collab was Linkin Park and Jay-Z. Well, historically, Run DMC Aerosmith was amazing, musically, technically, lyrically, and melody-wise.
Yeah.
The Jay-Z Linkin Park just was the greatest, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck whether or not people can prove me wrong. They're still fucking wrong. It
Yeah,
is the
dog.
greatest collaboration of two separate genres to ever come together like that.
For sure.
Because they
honestly.
both stuck to who they were and made it work.
You know what? Honestly, I really love when different genres can collaborate with each other. Like
Definitely.
I just heard this song, Ozzy Osbourne and Post Malone. Like it was on Post Malone's newest
Who's
album.
Post Malone?
Yeah, but like because I have to like be like so in tune.
I am Iron Man. Oh, sorry. I laughed though. This is the second time. Like, who was it? Paul McCartney did a song with somebody, and everyone's like, "I don't know who that Paul guy is," but and I'm like, "Oh my god, you guys don't know who the Beatle is?"
Oh, dude, you know what?
I think he did it with I think he did it with Kanye West or something. Everyone's like, Kanye,
Oh, yeah.
Kanye's.
What a moron. I do not with that guy.
Kanye West.
He's just hilarious. Like that's all I can say about Kanye.
Kanye West, dude. Honestly, and this is really funny, but I actually really like Kanye West's music, even though he's like batshit crazy.
Oh, he's definitely
I
batshit crazy.
love Kanye West's music
All right, so I've got.
unapologetically.
I'm going to sit here and kind of knock this into two.
Okay.
Quick, what do you think about punk compared to the 70s, 80s? Like, I wouldn't even say there's a huge difference between 70s and 80s punk, so I'm going to modify that. What do you think about the comparison between punk of the 70s, 80s, and punk of today?
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh. That's a good question. I like that.
I was like listening to classic punk on Spotify, and I was listening to Iggy Pop, and I was actually thinking about this the other day, and it was just like, I don't know. You can see the evolution. Like, what was it that I was listening to? I forgot. Anyway.
Well, no, but I honestly, personally, I think they had very different time. Like it like came from a different. They all come from different eras, obviously. But like when you listen to classic punk, so you're listening to like Dead Kennedys, like Holiday in Cambodia, or if you're listening to Sex Pistols, and like Jesus, and this is the most typical song that they sing. Like they're super known for this. What is it? God Save the Queen, right? Is that the song?
Yeah.
That's God Save the Queen. You know what I mean? Like they were all singing about certain things that were going on in those specific times of like the kids of the nation, or like the teens or whatever. They're not having like this really great time in their lives because like they're like jobless, and like they have like no hope for the future, and all this and that, and like it all had it all had like specific lyrics for like the specific time in their lives. And like you hear like the new age bands like Faya, freaking love those ladies, by the way. Faya's the shit. And they're singing about how like feminism, and they're talking about like don't touch me, you know, becoming more prone to like obviously like it's not like super SJW, it's more like, you know,
well, you
like women have a voice sort of thing at that
well
point.
if you look, and I'm gonna key in out like
yeah
a big thing I noticed, like with punk music, the 70s and 80s, even modern punk coming out of Russia, Ukraine, Poland, places like that, it's still the same. Even though the music and the melody and the tempo and all that may be different, the place it's coming from is still that we're striving against something. And like a lot of men, don't take any offense, anyone listening out there, or do, I don't give a fuck, the reality is, but a lot of bands, even the ones that are attempting to like deliver and drive a message, like Kill by Florida is always pushing a message. That's why I've got a lot of respect for Jammer and that whole band.
Yeah, us
but
too.
even the adversity isn't really there for a lot of people that are singing punk. Like they're carrying on the tradition, but it's not like, even if they have their adversities, which I'm sure they do, they're not singing them, if that makes sense.
I can see where you're getting at.
Like, whether it's, you know, they're not singing about getting up in the morning and putting on their boots in spite of the depression and how they fall back into bed and hit the snooze button or any of that shit. They're trying to write punk songs that people, instead of like being real like they did in the 70s, whether it was about the fight to get a job, or that you showed up if you were, you know, a Jamaican transplant into Britain, and then you were handed a pair of work boots and said, good luck, get a job. Like, and you know, the formation of the you know, the European skinhead movement, which is about being able to get a job and not having one, and everything else that was involved in that.
Yeah, they were that's a whole other different story, different day kind of thing. But I to see where you're getting at, like, yeah, you're definitely right, you know. But I personally think that when it comes to, I guess it's like there's fucked up stuff that's happening, like no matter what era, you know, everybody's gonna have problems, everybody's gonna hate each other, everybody's gonna love each other, everybody's gonna have this, that, or whatever. But it's becoming more prominent in our day and age, where everybody's more expressive of their feelings and more expressive of, like, you know, that they feel that it's not right, or they're like proud of themselves in a certain way. So they're like, I don't know, it's more diverse now, because for us, like, we sing in Spanish, we're trying to, sing, scream, you know, like, we're trying, our band is trying to be more diversified with different style of, you know, lyricism in different languages. And normally, like, you wouldn't normally see that, like, back then. Like, you kind of would, you know what I mean? But it was very, very, like, underground and like, it wasn't as popularized as it is now, where you see,
it wasn't
like,
so much about the feelings as so much as the adversity they were going through.
Yeah,
It wasn't that I'm depressed, it's hard to get out of bed, but I'm going to get up and work these 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get home and crack a six-pack.
Yeah.
And,
TV party tonight. Yeah, sorry, but yeah,
no,
you're right.
You're absolutely...
I'm like, now I've got like a whole bunch of lyrics in my head now from like a whole bunch of different
So
bands.
you're kind of saying, like, it's like like a personal struggle to like a more social crusader sort of thing now.
So it's not a physical adversity that everyone can recognize versus a personal. I mean, some of it is like, like Jammer sings, stuff about, government issues, etc. And a lot of people can agree with that to a degree, or one way or another. Like, it is what it is. Like, we can all see that it was a problem, but it's not per se a struggle that directly. Like, if you don't have a job and you don't know how you're going to pay your rent, and everybody else has that same exact. But I'm not trying to key on anything, but I'm saying, but
No, I'm just kidding.
But that one where, and then everyone else has, because you can't get a job. No one can get a job. And everybody here is in the same fucking problem that we can't fucking get work and we all want jobs.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck. We'll lift fucking bricks and lay them, but give us a fucking goddamn job.
Yeah.
That is a physical adversity and like that we all can get behind. Or we all fucking had to go to high school. We all got these fucking educations, and they told us we can't be shit unless we go to college and take on all this fucking debt.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, fuck the fucking government, that, stuff like that. People can kind of get behind, but we don't have collectively that adversity we're all facing.
I get you. Okay.
There's not that collective adversity that we're all like. We all independently know that feeling, know that adversity of not being able to get a job and wondering if we're going to pay rent or.
Okay. You're hitting a personal spot. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah. Like,
I'm sorry. It was supposed to be the G spot.
Don't worry about it. No, like it's cool. It's totally cool.
No, dude, but yeah, no, I totally get that. I get that. And I think like with now in this day and age, we're hitting more of like the details of like personal life, like with race and with religion and with, women and men and, having, just like all these more detailed aspects.
Well, and I'm going to sit here and wrap it up with someone else's comment. Like it feels like, especially people in the scene, they're more triggered and they're going to react more emotionally where, I came up in a slightly different scene where like, it's hard for me. Like, I won't get into the pit anymore because I can't fathom modern pits.
Oh, dude, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Like, when I came up, like, you weren't supposed to try to hit anybody particular. If you were trying to hit someone particular, you pulled them out for a fight. But if you got into a pit, like, it was common, at least for me in the pits I was going to, for 90% of the people in there to have mouth guards in. Because it was just random fucking mosh swinging, what have you. And literally it would be like, there was no, that's a chick. Yeah. The rule was, you went in there, you had fun, you stayed in the circle. When you wanted out of the circle, you just backed out and people let you in. And if someone got knocked over, you formed a circle around them and brought them up. Outside of that, you went around, you mosh, you swung. Yeah. If you fucking hit a chick, you hit a chick. She knows what she's getting into.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not, you hit a girl, everyone's going to jump on them and beat the shit out of you.
Dog, like you're just trying to have fun.
And if someone, and if you were on the outer circle, part of not only keeping the pit in the circle, but part of your job was to look for people that were targeting people. Yeah. And if they did, you and 3 or 4 buddies would fucking all of a sudden split the pit, snatch up whoever it was, grab them up in a chokehold and drag them the fuck out, throw them out back of the bar, throw them a beating and go back into the fucking show.
Well, I mean, like...
And it didn't matter if it was a guy or a girl. If someone was out there headhunting, you took out the headhunter and fucking everyone went back on to partying. But it was known, like, if you're a chick and you hop in that pit, you're just as likely as homeboy over there and homeboy over there to get a fucking your nose split open and your lip fucking split.
I mean, like, that's one of the this topic.
I mean, some pits are still like that.
Some pits are like that with
metal
certain
shows,
fan bases. You know what I mean? Certain shows, But like, I discourage that shit where people are like, oh, I'm gonna hate mosh. I'm gonna find somebody that's like smaller than me or like bigger than me or blah, blah, this and that. I'm just gonna like take them down. Because we played a show not with this band, but we've had past experiences while we played together. It was an Orlando show, and it was like this. It was Uncle Lou's, and we were playing this small like danky area. It was awesome. It was so sick. You know what I mean? And this stupid ass dude, he looked like he was a greaser from the 50s. Like he had like this whole gimmick get up, which was dope. You know what I mean? We're like, okay, cool. This man's cool. But he just was like belligerently trying to fight a 17-year-old boy who tried to show up to the show with his cousins and his family members, to like his brothers or whatever, you know, like he was just there to like check out the bands and check out the scene, you know what I mean? And this dude was actively hitting on this kid, and it was pissing me off, and it was pissing like all of us off, and like they dragged that dude out, and they were just like, no dude, like you got to get the fuck out of here because you're hitting this kid. It's a kid.
And you kept going after him. It wasn't like you were...
Yeah, and like it wasn't funny, but I mean like they dragged him out, and like I was trying to put my stuff away after all this was happening because like we had a mosh pit going on or whatever, and like it continued, and we weren't understanding what was happening, and like they threw the dude up against my car, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't want any blood, guys. I gotta put my stuff away. Can you guys like move it down the street? I'm sorry. And like it was so terrible because this kid, like he was all like bloodied up and stuff, and you know, I mean, like obviously, you know, you know what you're getting yourself, if you know what you're getting yourself into, you know what I mean, that's on you. You know what I mean? Stay, like, obviously, like, stay safe and stuff like that. But if you know that you're going to go into a pit and then you're going to, like, you know, just have fun, you know, and then you're going to get bruised up a little bit, cool. You know what I mean? But if, like, a dude is actively out here with, like, brass knuckles, that's, like, super exaggerated. But you know what I mean? Like, just, like, trying to actively, like, you know.
Target somebody or headhunt. Yeah.
Yeah, headhunt.
Like,
yeah,
I remember,
it's stupid.
like,
it's so stupid.
I remember pits back in the day, like, guys like Jammer, who were his bigger size because they could see over everyone. You would have 5 or 6 of them around on the outside of the pit. Mm-hmm. And they'd have a couple other guys my size, a couple other guys like Brandon from Genocide Salad, whatnot, who would be hanging out with them. And when they'd point out someone, everyone that was with them and the other big guys would all look, and they would point out a headhunter. Yeah. Or they'd point out someone that was down, and you just have people converge on them to get them up safely, and then let the pit go back. And if it was a headhunter, he'd get the shit beat out of them. They're in the pit, dragged out. No one had, and if, you know, girl hopped in or small guy, and it just so happened they catch a flailing fist or a weird spinning kick and get knocked. No one got pissed. It was like, you good? All right, cool. You going back in or you need a break? Yeah. And that was it. It was dead at that point, like, because it wasn't malicious. It wasn't intentional. Yeah, exactly. And nowadays, from what I hear and kind of what I've seen is if a girl hops in, like, everyone's on their feels. Oh, the girl can't get hit. Mm. And if you're one of those people who the girls can't get hit, you're a fucking misogynistic fuck. You're not really a feminist, you fake ass, want to get pussy ass, faggot ass bitch. Oh, no. And if you got a problem with it, I will be at fucking probably next. Dog. Come see me, we'll run it, you fucking fake ass motherfucker. Because if a girl's gonna get in willfully into a pit, she's got bigger balls than you. Let her do her thing. If she get knocked the fuck down or hit on accident, it's an accident. It's not intentional. Let the chick get up and have fun. If she can't do that, she needs to stay her ass out of the pit, just like every other motherfucking punk ass bitch.
Well, look, here's the thing, man. Like, I get in the pit all the time when I know, like, okay, like I check out the people that are gonna be in that pit, you know, and I'm like, all right, cool, like. I'm like 4'11", like I'm tiny as shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm like, all right, let me get my hair up so I know I got like nothing going on. You know, if I've got like my nose chain in, I'll take it out and I'll give it to somebody, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. And then like I just like I go and have fun, you know what I mean? Like I don't expect people to like, you know, stop and they're like, oh my God, what is this tiny girl doing in here? Like, we got to get her out of here. You know what I mean? Like that, I hate that shit so much. Like, look, I know what I'm getting myself into. Let me just have fun with, like, in this pit, please, you know? Like, that, it annoys the shit out of me so
if
much.
You're one of these motherfuckers that are bringing chains or brass knuckles to a pit, you better be a fucking enforcing headhunting, because if I ever find out at prop you're fucking headhunting people with that shit, I'm going to bury your ass.
I've heard, like, I've currently heard, like, there was, like, this group of people. I don't know who they are or whatever. This is just what I've heard recently, that people were, like actively, like, like hate moshing at these shows. It wasn't anywhere like down here. It was like up north somewhere, and they were like actively hate moshing people, and they had like this whole like crew thing or whatever. And I was like, bro, like why? Like I don't understand.
Because they're
I don't
weak.
Get it.
I'll tell you, they're bullies. They're weak people who want to hurt someone so they feel better because they're bitches and they know it at heart.
But I don't know, like
Sorry.
No. he's gotten heated, man. Like this is a very no. But honestly, like I feel like I actively get heated about this because it's like, look, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know that you're gonna get bruised. You know that you're gonna get a little roughed up, a little bit. You know what I mean? Like no one's trying to actively hurt you, and you're not trying to actively like hurt anyone else. If you are, you need to not be there. You need to just go home, because if that's what you're trying to do, like nobody wants you there. No one's gonna actively want to be around you. It's like it's stupid. It's so stupid. It's pointless. You know, like you gotta go get some therapy, my guy.
Like no, I guess because I remember my first pit was a Pantera Offspring concert.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, I'm 15, 16 at the time, and I just waiting for end up making friends with this big dude and a couple of his buddies. And back then I was 5'6", 120 pounds. And dude's like, homeboy's like, nah, bro, get in there. I got you. Don't worry about it. We got you. And like, I had the time of my fucking life getting in my first mosh pit. He's like, yeah, you're going to get hit. You're going to get a little lumped up. Don't worry. But ain't nobody going to target you. Yeah. And like, I got the fucking crowd surf. I got the fucking mosh. And I got knocked around. I'm sure I knocked a few people around. Well, I pushed them lightly with a gentle breeze. But, but nonetheless, like, I remember that experience. It was an experience that's like, I mean, fuck, I was all about grunge as well at the time. Like, I wore a flannel to the concert. Let some fucking girl I'd never met till at the concert hold on to it during most of the show, making out with her in between.
Oh, I love that. Like your show girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember the impression that
it was
made
fun.
on me. It was fun.
Yeah.
I knew I could let aggression out, but not at any. It wasn't targeted. It was just get in there and let it all out.
Yeah.
And I knew, I'm going to get knocked around, but no one's going to try to hurt me.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's not, I don't see that as possible in the modern pits. It's either someone's out there to hurt you, or someone's got a grudge and they've got someone out there that they're not going to let anything happen to them.
Either that, or they're just too belligerently drunk and they just don't know what they're doing anymore. And it doesn't become fun. Because my first mosh pit, it was Dropkick Murphys, and it was so much fun. Like, I was this little tiny thing, and I was just like, it was like the boyfriend at the time. He didn't want to get in. He was like, I know, it was so weird. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be my first mosh pit. Hold my purse. And he was like, what? Are you sure? And I was like, just hold my purse. So I gave everything to him. I gave him my phone, and like I had like a pixie cut hair, and so I was just like, I am in. So I started moshing around. I was having a great time. I was like, yeah, this is so great. And then an ex showed up. An ex was in the pit, and I was like, oh God, okay, let's see how this goes. And this dude was actively targeting me down, and I was like, what the hell? I was trying to have a good time, and you're actively targeting me. And so the guy, like, he like pushed me down, like almost to the, like I almost fell to the ground, but I got up in time, and I was like, I ain't feeling this. And people around were like looking at this as this was happening, but it's all happened like in a flash. Yeah. And so I don't know how, it was some weird kung fu almighty thing that I did. I got up so fast, and I like just got my foot, and I like right behind his knee, like right like in there. Yeah. And like this dude was twice the size as me and was like beefed up. And I went, I was so mad. And the dude fell down. It was like a David and Goliath moment. It was so great. But I was like, why the hell would you have to do that to me? Like, that's so screwed up. I was trying to have a good time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what your beef is with me, this and that. And then like the dude like got up and was just like, who did that? Like, he still couldn't see me because I was too small. And I was just like, I was just yelling at him. And, like, he wasn't, like, listening to me because he was just, like, so, like, mad or whatever that, like, someone knocked him down and he just got all, like, ticked off. And so he ended up, like, swinging and ended up hitting me right in the jaw. And my jaw, like, locked up. And I was just like, oh, my God. Like, I couldn't talk for, like, a solid, like, 30 minutes the entire time. Like, it got to a point where, like, I almost had to go to the hospital. And, like, I don't know what happened, but, like, everything kind of, like, clicked back afterwards. I had, like, ice up against my face. My boyfriend at the time was like, I'm so sorry. I should have been there for you. And I was like, I was having fun. And then this idiot came and ruined it. But that didn't stop me from, like, going into pits, like, afterwards. Like, I still go in, like, if it's a good show. Like, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been in pits before, and like when you go to punk shows, it's like you do have that kind of like, oh, it's a girl, like I'm just gonna keep my distance and let her like do her thing. But like I went into a pit, like an amazing pit, the Lamb of God show, and it was like a wall of death, and it was like one of the best experiences of my life. Like I tell people this story, there was like a fucking rainbow and shit, and it was just like rain started coming down, and I got elbowed in the head.
Concussion.
Seriously, like I saw stars for a second. I'm like,
Oh,
okay. Like some pits you actually like it depends on the audience. You really do have to kind of like watch out.
Yeah, you just have to pick and choose like what kind of like crowd you're getting into. Yeah. But like like it angers me.
Told me that story. That you went in the pit with your ex.
Yeah, dude. Like it was. I can't disclose names. But
No
yeah,
last names.
Yeah, no last names. But yeah, dude. Like he was the dude. Like later on in life, like went to jail and like he did some some stupid stuff as a teen. But things kind of like settled down afterwards, and like he was cool. And it was funny because that dude was like such a solid dude, because on my birthday he gifted me this was the dude that gifted me the SLC Punk DVD. And I was just like, yeah, this is so sick, I'm so happy. And it was like,
I remember that.
And it was, I still have that DVD. It was awesome.
Dude.
But yeah, it was the same idiot. And obviously like c'est la vie, hopefully he's doing good. But yeah, it was so stupid. It was so like minuscule of like, I don't even remember what happened. And it was just, so yeah. Fun fact about my life.
That doesn't sound very fun until the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, obviously everything's fine. I'm fine. Like, I don't, slightly kind of, but no, just like, and like moral to the story, just like, obviously be aware of what you're doing. Don't be a freaking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, if you see your ex in the pit, whatever, gender you are, just like
beat his ass or her ass first.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, just like, just
don't headhunt. Just
don't
pretend
headhunt,
not
man.
there.
Don't do it. It's not fun for nobody. And then like, it's just like an all out brawl, and it's not a fun time anymore, and it's stupid. So that's my story. That's my spiel. So,
it's an interesting dynamic seeing the two of you.
Yeah?
Yes, because Sammy, you were like, massive energy. And Aranda's over here kind of just letting you take the lead. But she's the front woman of the band. It's kind of an interesting dichotomy.
Have you ever heard the saying that like, what is it? That like really boisterous personalities are actually subs in bed? I don't know. I feel like it's that sort of thing. Like, he have like a dominant personality, and they're like, I'm not trying to say anything.
She's totally.
And then like you have a quiet, and I've met somebody like this who's like a quiet person, very shy, and they're a dom. And it's like, I kind of feel like, life has like a weird balance. That's like a weird
That's a
tangent.
very weird way to describe yourself. But I like it.
Okay. You said no.
Hi, Dad.
No quarter. Oh my, sir. I'm so sorry, Joe. Mr. Martinez.
I'm kidding.
I don't think I didn't get too graphic with that. I really didn't.
No.
I love it though. I love it.
I'm kidding.
Okay. But like,
I didn't mean to put that
but
in your
like
headspace. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's so meant to put that in your
the thing
headspace.
is like, we're talking about Linkin Park. What I want with this band is kind of like we're equals in our own way. Like, yes, like right now, like I have more songs, but we're developing some of her songs that she's leading too. Like I want to have like different style vocals. Like I want us to both be front women in our own way. Like I always wanted to be in a band like that, which is not what our last band was like.
So you're gonna become the next Phil Collins, the Sammy Collins.
Have come into the air tonight.
It's that drum fill is like everything.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that drum fill.
But no.
Except for me. I recognize it, but I couldn't play it to save my life.
We I don't know. I mean,
Oh my god, I can't believe I said that.
No, I'm sorry.
I just like this is such a great thing because like I feel so comfortable here. Like I just feel like I'm having a conversation.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
I love that though. That's a very interesting and very valid observation. So don't be everyone's going, she's right. I wouldn't have said that on the podcast myself, but she's absolutely right.
Well, no, dude. I mean, the thing is that our personalities are
complimentary, I think.
Yeah,
I can
very complimentary. I don't tend to be very like out there, but I am by nature, I guess. I think it's the maturity.
So the big question we got, next follow-up question is there one song that you could pick that's influenced the music you're producing? that's not yours.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's
And then
tough.
someone wanted to point out Bleak 182 had great vocal stylings.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
dude, that's what I'm going for. Except not that style of music. I want like she can be Tom and I can be whatever the. Oh my god, my memory. What's the other?
the drummer?
Tom DeLonge and no.
Tom.
Travis Barker, and then who's the third one?
I don't know, man.
The bass
I
player.
mean,
Who's the bass player? Okay.
Nobody remembers the bass player half the time.
Yeah, but he's singing. You think that they'd remember? Oh my god.
What were we?
But we're gonna be like that. I want to be like that. That's like what I strive for. I
Yeah,
want that. Like I think it'd be so cool. Something like the Beatles, but like a duo. You know?
We need no Yoko Onos here.
Yeah. No. No divas, please.
God.
I don't want to be in a band
Not trying to.
with a diva,
Not trying to.
and they shall.
I'll be your diva. Don't worry.
You want, yeah, that's okay.
Spilling all
We're
the
cool
tea
with
here.
that.
No, don't spill my tea. I like my tea.
No, but what were we talking about? We were
The song that's most influenced
Oh,
the
yeah,
music
yeah.
that you're trying to make.
Oh my god, the Misfits, man. We have such a history with the Misfits.
Yeah,
we really do. Like, but that's more like our physical appearance, and like we're kind of influenced by that. I'll let you answer.
no,
Oh, and
that's true.
Mark Hoppus.
Hey, what's up?
Was that Parker?
Mark
who said that?
Hoppus.
No, that would be Dreams Between. Came up with the name Mark Hoppus.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Thank
Mark
you,
Hoppus.
Morgan.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, Morgan.
We appreciate that because damn, dude. Honestly, with Bleak 182,
Oh my
like
God.
I never got into them. Sorry, but
There's some songs that are pretty good.
there's like a lot of songs. Oh, you know what? This is the main song that I've been listening to. It's by this artist. He does a lot of screenplay. Funny enough, he does screenplay writing from Dusk Till Dawn. It was Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
His name was Quentin Tarantino.
No, it's actually the guy that sang it. He goes by the artist name Chingon, and the song's called. And I'm gonna screw this up so bad. I'm like the worst.
It's in Kill Bill.
It's in Kill Bill. I have
So
to
he
have
does
to
all the
look it up.
scores, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he does all the scores, and there's a song.
Hermosa, something.
Hold on, I got
something,
you.
something, something.
I'm sorry, this is the only time I'm going to be using my phone. Chingon. And it's Malinegra se la rosa. Malinera. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Where is it? But yeah, that's the song. If you can, that's like the main song. It's by Chingon, and it's like the first. It's like Malaguena sale rosa, something like that. Malaguena.
Oh, if we're talking
Marijuana?
about music from scores from one of my favorite song scores that was ever in a movie was El Mariachi.
Hey, okay. All right. I like that. I liked it a lot.
The weird part was I remember when movies came on at like 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I saw El Mariachi was the original in Spanish.
Hey, what's good? Okay. I like that.
And then Quentin Tarantino's adaptation of it
Yes.
was a lot funnier.
No, dude. I mean, that's my main song. That's my main song. It's by Chingon. It's Malaguena, Sale Rosa or something like that. But it's from the Kill Bill. That's numero uno.
And you, Aranda?
Ronda.
I say it right, and now she's giving me shit for it.
Aradna.
I swear to God, I think I've been dating this woman too long.
Yeah, you do roll the R.
What can I say? I got good tongue gang.
Oh my god.
What?
And I can breathe through my ears.
Whoa.
What?
That's a mind. What do they call it? Not mind.
Yeah, so
freak.
when you slam your thighs closed, I do start to
Oh
suffocate.
god. What do they call it? Mind freak? No, or Ripley's Believe It or Not. There we go. But what would be your song around?
And then the Aspie came out.
Let me think. Well, oh my god, that's a hard question because I can tell you what I've been listening to, what I kind of want to style my music, my future music as. It's interesting that she brings up
Chingon, yeah.
Yeah, I want to start exploring some Indian music. She's bringing Spanish music. We kind of want to do this thing where it's like a hybrid. Right now I'm listening to don't make fun of me. I'm listening to a lot of Slipknot.
Well, as long as it's not going to be a lot of
No.
what is it? Where do they make it all the the Indian movies that
Bollywood?
Bollywood, yeah, as long as it's not Bollywood scores.
Oh no. Like there are actually some really cool metal songs that Sammy showed me.
Yeah, dude, there's a band called Bloodywood.
You get Bloodywood and is it Ranga de Basante?
Yeah.
Oh, and I was told to let you know
Ranga de Basante.
the entire band of Ember Dawn has stopped what they're doing. They're recording and they're watching the podcast right
Hey! Thanks, guys. We love you. Thank you.
We love you guys too. So like I've been listening to a lot of like
Oh man, I got that.
man, I'm exhausted, man. Like but I've been listening to a lot of Slipknot and like I we listen to some songs like when we write songs, both of us write songs, we kind of like get an idea of what we want it to sound like. Especially like Sammy, she shows me like some like really cool stuff and I'm like, okay, well, we can work with that. Like our recent song, Sunflowers and Cyanide, which she wrote, and she sings too, by the way, if you want to check it out. She's playing drums really fast and she's singing it too. So she showed me what song did you show me?
It was by Gloss.
Gloss, yeah. It
Yeah.
was great.
It was a
great.
band that's no longer a band. They were so good, man. Ugh.
now. You want to talk about, since we're talking about stuff, there's a guy out there right now that a lot of people probably have not heard of is Sturgill Simpson.
I think I've heard that name before.
A lot of people kind of seen his name, but they don't realize it because he wrote a full album. And then instead of releasing it, he went over to Japan and had the entire album turned into an anime and movie to follow the songs.
That is so
Oh, that's
sick.
so
That is
It took a
Awesome.
year. And he had it just recently, a couple months ago, released on Netflix.
What is this? Let me my list it, please. That would be so sick.
I believe it's called The Sound and Fury.
Yo, you'd have to send that to me later on. I'm a nerd. I watch a lot of anime. It's actually very, very discouraging how much anime I watch.
Oh, it's awesome.
I've got Crunchyroll Premium.
No,
Crunchyroll
it's
Premium.
awesome.
Everybody's like, don't use Crunchyroll Premium. That's so stupid. Like you can just get anime for free. But my dog, I don't like watching the ads, and I really like the sappy anime. I really like it a lot. Like you'll see me watch. I just watched this one anime called Violet Evergarden. It's on Netflix. Yo, that is so depressingly amazing. Like I was bawling my eyes out the entire time. It's about this little girl. She's like 14 years old, but she's like made for the war and like this time period of like this like place of like where they live in. And so she's like this like crazy like emotionalist like child that like can kill thousands of men and like blow up everything, and it's like a war child, and it's so like crazy how many people she kills and this and that. And then like her major like was the only person that showed her kindness and love, and I was just like, oh, that's so depressing. She never had any family, like nobody like at all, and straight up like
Yeah, it's called Sound and Fury.
Sound and Fury. All right, I'm about to
Yeah, that was. I love the music too.
Sound
Like
and
the
Fury.
music's amazing, but the animation that went with it is fucking like you have to get past the first 3 minutes,
yeah.
and then it's like wow, because it's just fucking crazy. Like after the first 3 minutes intro score, it's like just takes off.
Ooh, okay. I love anime so much. I watch Children in the Whales. It's a Netflix series.
But what's really interesting is if you listen to the album on Netflix with the video, it has one type of connotation, and then you take the songs out and just listen to the songs separate, and it has a completely different feel and meaning to it. Ooh. What's really interesting is like it's more of the like Sound of Fury is more of like a punk rock but older style sound to it, but very mellow. Instead of heavy, it's very melodic, very reminds me a lot of Social Distortion, but with a little bit more pop in it.
Okay.
But Sturgill Simpson is an outlaw country music singer.
What?
Yeah, like if you listen to his older shit, it's like takes you back to old school Waylon Jennings,
Oh, wow.
that type of outlaw. Chris Christopherson, outlaw country.
That's dope. That's cool.
And then this is like, but when you listen to what he's talking about, you're like, okay, I feel it. Like, it's same, but the music's still the same. It's like, I can't keep on living because now you're gone. But I hate you, and I'm gonna be on this bar stool. So you might as well just carve my name in it. Like,
oh yeah.
like those are still the lyrics, but it's a lot more poppy, and there's a little bit like more updated electronic type music in it. It's like, but any musician I've ever had listen to some of his songs from that album, they're like, oh my God, that's fucking amazing.
Ooh, I'm gonna listen to that. I'm definitely gonna check that out. That's definitely.
That sounds amazing.
I wrote that down. Wrote it down.
I never got in. I wanted to get in.
And someone throws in Wheeler Walker Jr.
Wheeler Walker Jr.
Oh, you've never heard Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Sorry, no. I'm uncultured. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You're cultured if you've not heard. Uncultured has listened to Wheeler Walker Jr.
Who's that? If you don't mind
He
me asking?
writes their kind of outlaw country, their Rodney Carrington style. I don't know if you're familiar with his type of comedy music.
Oh, okay.
But like his like Wheeler Walker Jr. One of my favorite songs is I'm kicking ass and eating pussy.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, I know that song.
But then he
no,
switches
I've
it.
definitely heard that song.
Yeah, then it's like kicking ass, eating pussy, sucking dick.
Oh god.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You
goes
know
in. Yeah, he,
That reminds. Sorry, go ahead.
That's Wheeler Walker
he,
Jr.
Like he goes, he's like eating pussy and kicking ass, and then it's like he's sucking dick. Like
Yeah.
it like
That's
progresses. Like it's.
On, yo, that was on my Discover Weekly on Spotify. I was like, what is this? I don't listen to music like this. What the hell? And then I was just listening to it, and I was like, okay. I don't know why I'm like, okay, all right.
Of course, everyone's favorite anime, Dreams Between wants to make sure we're aware of is, of course, and I agree with them, Cowboy Bebop.
Woo! Yes. Sorry, that was very loud, but yes. Oh my god. Yo, I grew up Toonami, all right? I was that little kid that was like not supposed to watch TV past a certain time.
What is Toonami?
Isn't that
Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some-
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a joke.
Sick,
Okay.
Yeah. You got to understand, when I was growing up, you know how we watched anime?
Huh.
Here's a VHS. Watch this one.
Oh, that's
There
dope.
was no, you couldn't, anime, any kind of anime, the only time you saw anime
Mm-hmm.
was if you went to the old, what was the theater's name? Where they had Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
Every now and then they'd like do
Yeah.
Heavy Metal 3000, or they do like an anime like double feature. But otherwise, the only way to watch anime was for someone to pass you a VHS they had, or you bought a bootleg VHS of it. Like there wasn't.
Whoa, that wow.
So you know,
Very
I mean,
lucky.
Akira, Appleseed, things like that were, you know, whereas other guys were big into Robotech. I never saw it, so I never really got into it. And then I tried watching it later on, and I'm like, nah.
You know what's funny? Speaking of anime, though, I got into anime when I was like in elementary school. Like, there's this girl, Christine, bless up. She was like the home girl. She was the OG. Yes, bless up for changing my life for good. We would used to do this. It was like this aftercare school thing called Cub Club. Cub Club, yeah. And we would go to we would have like computer time. So obviously we'd have to do like, you know, like 30 minutes of like smart computer games, this and that. And the rest of the time, like you can do whatever. She found this website where you can like read manga. And so she was reading One Piece. And she was like, Sam, do you want to like look at this? I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, cool. So I started reading like One Piece manga and Bleach, and it was Naruto, and we would like watch it on Toonami, and we would watch Samurai Jack and Cowboy Bebop, and what was it?
Samurai Jack was cool.
It was Bo. It was like this dude. Yeah, it was so screwed up. Yo, nostalgic moment right now. So it was this dude, and it was an anime where like this dude had like a yellow afro, and he was like tan, and he wore like these sunglasses, and he had like this mustache, right, that would like actually like go and hit people. Like it had its own personality. So like his weapon of choice was his mustache, and it would like wrap around and strangle people with his mustache. It was the weirdest thing ever, but it was so dope. It was good. Nostalgic. Ugh.
Now, I know one that most people haven't seen, and if you happen to find a copy or get a chance to watch it, or even just excerpts, one of my favorite animes, which is only like 25 minutes, there's only one episode, is Cat Shit 1.
Oh, what? What is that?
Cat Shit 1 is an old manga where the original was set in Vietnam. And all the characters are animals, but they move like people. They carry guns, they fight, they throw grenades, the whole nine. But it's all the U.S. soldiers are rabbits.
Oh my god, that's funny.
And the reason for that is the Japanese word for rabbit, which I can't remember right now, is like Gyojo, G.I. Joe.
Okay.
And so that's what they did is they like referenced what those soldiers were called close to a word that matched an animal in Japanese, and that became the entire. So if you're American, you're a rabbit.
Okay.
If you're Vietnamese, you were a different animal, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
And the new Cat Shit 1 they released was based on Afghanistan.
Oh.
So all the Arabs are camels.
Oh my god.
All the Americans are rabbits.
Yeah.
And they have different like animal species, but it's updated. It's tactical warfare, and they're fucking. It's just really fucking cool.
That's crazy. Seeing little like bunnies like with like machine guns.
Sniper rifle and
Reminds me
M4
of
style.
Tank
Yeah,
Girl almost.
Wow, dude.
I love Tank Girl.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
with, like, the kangaroos.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just,
the
like,
kangaroo people.
kangaroo people.
Yeah.
That was
Well, they
wild.
used to be
The
regular
movie's
people.
like
Yeah, and then they
movie's
were
dope.
like
Yep.
hybrid machine warfare. Tank Girl. Oh man, let's do a song about Tank Girl. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
She's got Tank Girl on her cover photo.
Yeah, that's Tank Girl's my cover photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Someone mentioned Kenshin, and all I keep thinking is Shinshin. Have you ever seen Shinshin?
I am so lost.
It's an anime.
The only anime I've ever seen is Pokemon. I appreciate the animation. Like, oh, it's Spirited Away. I appreciate the animation. Like, it's beautiful, and like I've always
Oh
wanted
no,
to get into
not
it.
Chinchin. Not Chinchin.
Chinchin.
No,
And
it's like a 5-year-old little boy who just likes to show his ass to everybody.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. That sounds good.
Like he has a song with his dad. To be a man, you must have honor and a penis.
Wait, is it that one? Okay, is it that one anime where they're like all weirdly like drawn and it's like a red shirt? Little
Yeah,
boy,
with yellow shorts.
and then the little shorts, and then the dad's like in a blue
Yeah.
T-shirt. Okay, so yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Ass
God.
dance, do the ass dance.
I wasn't
And the
allowed.
one that you showed me, like the metal singing.
Metal singing, it was-
She's like she rages out like she's in like a corporate
Oh,
office. and then-
Gretzko, yeah.
and then she rages out like that one was cute.
Gretzko, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
So what are you more into, horror movies?
I like action, sci-fi.
She likes rom-coms.
I actually hate rom-coms. They make me super sad. They're not like they have the opposite effect on me.
Really? The
Yeah.
greatest rom-com of all time is Grosse Point Blank.
Dude, I just
Have you ever seen Grosse Point Blank?
No.
Okay, so the main character played by what's his name? Oh my god, it just left my. I can picture his face. He was in a bunch of '80s movies. John Cusack.
John Cusack.
Yeah, leaves high school before prom or graduation. Leaves his girlfriend right before prom. He leaves, goes in the military, becomes an assassin for the government. CIA, goes freelance. Ends up coming back to high school for his 10-year anniversary and more or less falls back in love with his high school sweetheart
Oh.
while they're on a mission to kill somebody.
Oh shit.
That sounds awesome, actually. That
Yes.
sounds pretty cool.
It is the greatest rom-com ever / action / rom-com / com.
Okay.
So comedies.
Comedies are good. I like comedies, but not.
But not straight
rom-coms.
romance.
No.
So no Notebook?
No.
Dude, I've never seen The Notebook or the Titanic.
I didn't understand that movie, honestly, because like, okay, so there's like I forgot what I had. I had a describe. I had beef with that movie.
Yes, let's hear
Something about like her memory. Like, how is she remembering the story if she's got like a 5-minute memory span as he's telling it to her? Like, somebody explain that to me.
Yeah.
Like, she's like the whole movie she's listening to this story, and then she finally remembers, and then she forgets him in 5 minutes or 2 minutes or something. And how is she remembering the story? That's my only problem with that movie. I know it's dumb, but it's just like I don't understand.
My biggest party is all we do is fight. You're a pain in my ass. I'm an idiot or whatever. Like, really? Like, That's the definition of a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah.
That's move the fuck on.
Seriously, that's like not realistic at all.
No.
I wish it worked out that way in real life.
No.
but it does not.
No, I do not. Why would anyone want such a dysfunctional relationship where you're always fighting and miserable?
Let me sip.
I mean, I know makeup sex is amazing, but you okay there,
tea.
Simmy?
Sips tea.
Sips tea.
Oh, dude, I'm too little for this. Hold on.
Good. I got you.
Thank you. Ugh. Trying to replace myself now. No drama. No spilling the tea yet. But yeah, been there, done that.
It just worked out because it was back then.
Yes.
Everything works out back then.
Yeah, there was no swipe right for another booty call.
Right.
Or let me go on the whole new Facebook dating app thing because I
Yeah.
got that now.
Yeah, that would fail miserably in like today's
Terrible.
context.
But
yeah.
still, people like are looking for that. Or how about here's one, the whole I'm Joker and Harley relationship. Like, how fucking mentally disturbed are you that you think that's an ideal relationship?
Yeah. People aspire to that. Like I see it on Facebook all the time.
I know, and it's like, no.
Let me be your Harley. Vroom vroom.
I just want to ride your Harley. Oh,
Oh God. Just oh my God.
let me just ride Harley. I mean, your Harley.
I can't.
I mean,
though.
don't get me wrong. I get it. Crazy women are great in bed, but
But they're crazy and like they could like, you know, become serial killers like Alien Warnos, you know, and just like pretend like satellites were coming down to haunt her and like the police officers knew what she was doing and they just that was her conspiracy theory, I guess. And then she like went off on like this crazy tangent and was like, I killed people because I killed people and everybody knew that, but I killed people.
okay. So you killed people. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Alien
more like
Warnos was crazy.
it's the rest of the like if anyone's like seen, like read the comics, like the Joker beats the shit out of Harley on a regular basis.
Yeah, dog. It's a very abusive relationship.
Ride or
That's
die.
Not, that's not.
No, that's not a ride or die.
This is terrible.
Sorry, that was bad. Oh man, Stockholm.
Stockholm
Yes.
syndrome
Yeah.
2-8.
It's real.
The better would be more of if you're
Oh my
gonna
God,
aspire to a
that's not
DC
funny.
universe,
Sorry.
like aspire to like Catwoman and Batman,
Yeah.
where like they have that massive sexual tension. They both know who each other are under the costumes. They fuck occasionally. The rest of the time, they do their own thing.
Or it could be that what was it? I think
And then Catwoman misbehaves, so Batman has to chase after her.
And she's got a whip.
And she's
Yeah.
hoping to get tied up and spanked.
or it could be one of those like what is it? Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn kind of, you know, what do they call it? Thelma and Louise relationships where it's like I'll die for you. I'm about to hop off this cliff sort of thing and if that makes sense.
I always thought Shaggy and Wilma had the best relationship. She lets the boys, Shaggy and Scooby, do their own thing, and she gets laid when she wants to.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
She's like,
Just
what
eat
the
all
fuck's
this-
wrong with this dude?
Oh man, this is great.
So outside of music, like, what other major influences, activities, hobbies influence your music? Like, do you do anything else? Do you skydive? Do you bicycle? Work on cars, race cars? Like, is there anything
That
else?
would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Which one?
I really wish I was mechanically inclined. I am not. Let me think.
Like,
just-
do you
I-
have any hobbies other than playing music? Do you,
Yeah. I work out. It's not really a hobby. What else? Yeah, it's like I'm drawing a blank right now. I know I do more. I'm more interesting than that, but I'm just like, you answer that question.
No.
Yeah,
I'm the one talking the most, man. I'm trying to let me gas you up. Go.
gas me up.
Go.
Okay.
You're an interesting.
Let me
You're the most
think.
interesting.
I'm
woman
so
in the
boring.
world.
That's the only interesting thing about
Hey,
No.
me.
I'm very into resting.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
interesting, into resting. I want to sleep.
Oh, dude, I love that. That's so sick. Into resting.
Recently picked up cooking. Cooking's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just totally zen. Like I can really I suck at meditation. Like if you've ever tried to meditate, like I suck at that. But like when you cook, you like just kind of zone out.
Like, what do you like to cook? You're talking you're talking fat boy now.
Well, like meat, like burgers and like Philly cheesesteaks. I cook at my job, so I just I can just zone out. Like that's what I've been doing recently and working out and I have things I aspire to do, but I don't have a lot of time. It's just like, this is everything. This like music thing is like everything. And I watch movies. I love watching movies.
Well, and you said you're into action. Like, is there a particular series you love?
Oh my god. My favorite, are you talking television?
Television, movies, whatever.
Absolute favorite show is Supernatural. Like, no matter what I'm going through.
Sam or Dean?
Dean.
I love you.
Definitely Dean. Oh my god, that's my absolute favorite. I can binge watch the fuck out of that. Like, I love that show. But yeah.
But Alistair's the best. Oh.
Alistair's the best? You think so? Really? Didn't he die? Like,
A couple times, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, but who else steps up and becomes Lucifer and then, like, gets rid of the job to get it back again?
Oh, true.
yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, you
I don't know, hobbies.
Specifically that influence your music, like things that you do that like have that influence your music, that you draw inspiration from or help you focus on writing, anything like that.
Oh, okay. Stuff that helps me like get in the mood to write. That's a really good question. That's a really good question.
Thinking deep.
You're not
Well,
really.
like the reason why I ask is like when I'm like I've got an idea in my head, I'll just hop on my bike and I'll get on 95 and start going somewhere. And like I'm focused on the street and what's going on, but a small portion of my brain is free to focus on it, but I can't let myself get too locked up in it or I'll kill myself.
Oh.
No, I'm on a bike. I'm on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
But it lets enough of it that I can't lock in too hard on it, so I'm not struggling.
Yeah.
But I can still let it start to process.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Like I have a ritual. Like I make some tea or some coffee, and I like sit down with my notebook, and I just kind of free write, or I have an idea, and I like write down, like the stuff like stream of thought, and then I try to like break it down into lyrics. And a lot of times what I normally do is I just play some riffs and then I kind of like mumble stuff like Billy Joel. Yeah. Billy Joel. You have no time. So I come up with like a rhythmic cadence like for lyrics, and then like I kind of piece together words that would fit. But it's not terribly interesting what I do.
It's very interesting. Like that you sit down and you start. You have to start finding the melody you're going to work, and you try to find the words. That's very interesting. You don't give yourself enough credit. That hurts Sammy's heart. I just want you to know.
It did.
Hurt her right
it really
in the heart.
did.
And everybody else that's watching this, like, that's very interesting.
Really?
See?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Seriously, dude. Like, I didn't even know that. See, I just learned something more.
Yeah, that's my process. I don't usually write lyrics. Sometimes I do. But like normally I just like pick up my guitar and I kind of zone out and I listen, and then I like come up with a melody on top of it, and then I kind of like and then like
and then you find the words that go with that. That's fucking awesome.
And Sammy kind of does it the opposite way.
Oh yeah, dude.
She
like writes
out the lyrics.
I don't even think about the harmonies or anything like that.
And then she comes up with a concept, and then we piece it together. It's like
together.
And then me, I just write lyrics, and I call Andrew from Sons of Trim. I'm like, I got lyrics, now start giving me a melody, and we'll start adjusting the lyrics so it makes something.
Yeah, dude, that's literally exactly what we do too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But for me, I don't know.
If he ever gets his ass over here with his damn guitar again.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it's weird how I process music, because I'm so used to like this band. I'm not used to writing like my own music. I've always played in bands where they would have their own music, and I would just kind of be the little fingers that like play for, and keeping beats for drums and stuff like that. So this band is like the official first band where I can like contribute my music, which is crazy, because I tell Rodna, I'm like, yo dog, I'm not the greatest singer. Me and lyrics and music, like composition, like I'm not the best at it. So I don't, she's like, no, do it. Like she encourages the hell out of me, and it's like awesome, because she's just like, no, like this is a great start. Like, she'll take like pieces of lyrics from me, and then she'll like come up with like a melody, and then she'll come up with like more lyrics and changing it out. Like, Sandra D, I started off writing lyrics for that, and then she was like, I got you. and was like, yeah. And then Cobra Man, she had that song, the song that we're about to release, Friday the 13th. Check it out.
Friday the 13th.
She's had this song for years and years and years, and she's always wanted to play it. But you know, she told me that no drummer, or she could never like have somebody like be able to transition it into being able to play it, through drums. And I'm like, all right, well, just play it. So she starts playing it, and I'm like, bro, I'm going in. Like, this is awesome. Yeah. And then like that's how it goes. Like, I don't know, but with lyrics, I don't know. I'll drive, I'll think about something, or I'll listen to like some random thing, and I'm like, ooh, this sounds fun. And then I'll just start I'll either do voice memo or I'll type it in my phone. I won't write it down because I'm like an idiot. So I'll type it out, or I'll voice memo it, and then I'll send it straight to her. And I'm like, Aradna, look, I did a thing. And then she's like, I'm encouraging it. Okay, yeah, keep going. So
Yeah.
we're in the process of writing. You want to?
What, HCLM?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of doing an anthem, and at first it was like Sammy sent them to me, and I was like, I don't really want us to sound full of ourselves. And then like she kind of gave us the she explained it to me, like kind of like Cherry Bomb from the Runaways, and I was like, fuck yeah, I can and I wrote a guitar riff to it. Mm-hmm. But like what I wanted to say like about us is that like the cool thing about this band is we've always been like side women. Like we never were able to directly contribute.
So you were in the other bands. Now were they all female groups as well, or were they mixed?
Last one, and
last one. But what about the other ones? I mean, you've been in multiple bands.
Yeah. I
Garage.
But you
Hello,
usually
Todd. Oh my God. Play E and A. I got you. Oh my God.
Yeah. I used to
something tells me I might know the Todd you're talking about.
His name's Todd. No last name.
Yes, no last name, because it sounds like it's a little different.
He used to tell me, just play A and E. Just play A and E. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, I got you. And I played A and E. But yeah.
And next on the next 48. Oh. Again in Pork and Beans down in Miami, as well as Breaking Action in Palm Beach County.
We have a woman driving down in a Honda, running down the 45,
Honda
going 95 an hour.
Apparently a man has been beaten to death with a guitar with the A&E strings wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, I thought about
Ernie Ball strings.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
So this is the first time in both your band careers that you weren't just instrument players. You were actually you're able to be originators, contributors, facilitators of the band and of the music itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, in the last band that we were in, I did all of the manager stuff. I did all the promoting, the booking. I did like everything that you see on social media. That was me. And we discussed about it, and we were trying to make it as if, all of us could contribute and equally do that. But one thing that I've learned is that, it just kind of like fell through. Like there was like a lack of communication through it. So I was the one that.
So do you think that's driven by personality?
I wouldn't say.
Or do you think, like, is it just because one person, like, has such a big personality that they're able to override everybody else? Or, so you'd say, so it's that one person, because their personality is so big and they're so insistent that this is the way it's going to be, it's just easier to let it go and let them have their way.
I gotta bite my tongue. No.
I see you nodding your heads, both of you. Got it.
I mean, look, at the end of the day.
Well, I'm sure it happens not just your last band. I'm talking about, you normally see this in bands,
band.
no?
Yeah, you normally do see that, where the person at the end of the day, comes up with this whole, like, it's my band, not yours. And it's like, ouch. And you're just like, okay.
Well, that was your dick, and it was mine afterwards. So. Oh.
No, I mean.
Oh, and that next guy you liked, yeah, I fucked him too. So how you doing? And I made him lick my asshole. So enjoy, honey.
Nah, dude. I mean, like, long story short, we it was a lot of lack of it was very growing experience to where like now we equally contribute, we equally write lyrics, we equally do things that you know, both of us have like full, you know. Oh, she's peeping you.
I'm
You
looking
watching
at
the
your
live stream.
No, I'm looking at your knuckles. What your fingers say? Sorry, I got ADD. I got squirrel brain. Smile.
That's cool. I like that.
No, I was like, wait for the flash. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
Hold still. Hold still.
Smile, wait for the flash. That's sick.
Oh, I thought like it was a comic book thing.
Crash, pow, bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
DC comic, going back, dating myself, got it.
Dating myself.
And I'm dancing with myself. Oh, sorry.
Great song.
Change of topic real quick.
Yes. No, I mean, long story short, you know, this band, it allows both of us to be equal and not she's the front woman or I'm the front woman or it's her lyrics or it's my lyrics or it's her band or my band.
It's your all. So if you brought in a third person, would it be on the understanding that they're there just to play an instrument, or they have to contribute but understand it's a group collective and no one person's?
That's it.
I think you should just let them play an instrument. Oh.
No, I mean, like I said, we both, you know, have said, you know, we're open to the idea, but we're not actively looking.
Searching.
Yeah.
So you better bring some A game if you want them to let you in their inner circle. No penises allowed.
Honest. Oh, man.
Oh.
Spilling tea. Anyway.
It's too late. Didn't you read the name? It was daughters, not people, but daughters. So sorry, no penises allowed. It would just be awkward. It'd be awkward, even if
intersex. You know,
non-binary.
Honestly,
yeah,
like,
pretty sure biology says for the most part different, other than hermaphrodites.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to be an amphibian or one of the other few reptilian species that can change your sex.
Or
the
lizard people.
Hey, don't talk about our president. He is not a topic for discussion. There's too many people who like Trump and hate Trump that watch this.
Oh no! Okay, let's not get into politics. I'm not a politics
No
person,
politics.
But
wow, and the troll is live. He wants to know, outside of Pornhub, where can he see your content?
You can see us at vampirefreaks.com. Tinder, Match People Me. You can see us on the
Goth Girls Gone Wild.
You can see us on the QuakersMeat.com.
and farmersdaughtersonly.com.
Nah, dog.
Christian Mingle.
Like I said, you can
Yeah, Major Havoc is a buddy of mine who's our resident troll for the show.
Well, what's good, fam? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We yeah, you can find us Facebook, Instagram.
The one on the left single, James.
The left? Wait, left.
From their point of view.
Oh, from their point of view. Oh, yeah. Good thinking. Stage left. Yeah. You can find us Facebook, Instagram. That's it so far. We'll have a YouTube shortly. You know, we're gonna be releasing all of our music on Spotify, SoundCloud.
Spotify. They're going to be SoundCloud artists.
My
So, where you guys record? Are you guys want to shout out the people who you're recording at? Are they doing you a favor? Are they doing you right? You want to shout them out, or
Yeah,
fuck
no.
them? We'll talk about them later.
Shout out to Colin, man, for what? I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. It's Sea Monsters Recording Studios or Sea Monsters Studios.
Yeah.
I'm
Something.
So stupid.
Save
I'm
it.
sorry.
Save it.
I'm trying. Hold on.
Aranda, save it.
Save it.
I'm gonna look this up because I'm so.
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm so.
Yeah,
terrible.
Sea Monster Studios, I think. Yeah, and thank you, Colin. Like he
Thanks,
did us
Colin.
a solid. And he did
He
he did a really good job too.
He really did. That's gonna be the song that's being released Friday the 13th, Cobra Man, and it's Sea Monster Studios. Yes.
Yeah, Sea Monster Studios.
Monster Studios. There we go. Monster Studios. There we go. That's it. That's the one.
We're sorry, Colin.
We're sorry, Colin. I'm so.
So you guys have
Ignorant.
done a couple of shows already.
Mhm.
Have you guys got any kind of like some bands do, some bands don't. Some have like what I'd almost call like a ritualistic thing that they do. Some always make sure tip your bartenders. Others have, they have like a chant they do before they start. You guys have like any kind of ritual or stage shtick that you guys have implemented into your show that's consistent?
Ooh, what's been consistent so far is us getting ready together, and
And where do you go to see the video of that? No, I'm kidding. Remember, guys, it's a monthly subscription for only $19.99.
On Twitch fans only.
Twitch fans only.
That's like an extra $50 per like second. That's how we rate ourselves. Yeah.
Rhonda's like, these fucking freaks. Who am I talking to? I need alcohol for this conversation.
I need alcohol.
Hi, Dad.
Oh my God. Sorry, Mr. Martinez.
No, I'm kidding. Hi, Aradna's mom.
I don't think she's gonna watch this.
Long story short, we get ready. We just put face paint on our faces.
Now, do you guys face paint each other, or do you face paint yourself? Like, no, I'm not trying to make a joke. I mean, like,
no, yeah.
certain bands have like rituals. Like, you'll see, like, if you spend time around them, you'll realize they do certain things. You know, whether it's we got this great show, blah blah blah, or they go to the bar and they all do a shot together, or whatever it may be. It's just something I realized I haven't asked some of the other bands that I probably should have, because I've noticed it post fact of having to get to know them.
Do we have a ritual?
We don't have. I mean, we're pretty straightforward right now. Our ritual, pre-game ritual is putting on our makeup, getting dressed.
Drinking
Sometimes
a lot
we
of
help
water.
each other. Put on makeup and stuff. But we kind of straightforward. Kind of loosening up as a band. Like our first show was like.
We freaked out.
We got through it. Yeah, we got through it, and super grateful for Respectables.
Thank you, Alex Bauman.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. But like, we're working on it. We had a little intro that I think we stopped doing.
Oh yeah, well I have to edit that.
You have to edit, okay?
Okay, so I got a question. I got a question for you. I'm gonna change the question because it's more of a comment that was made, but I'm gonna ask you how you feel about this. So I'll leave their name alone so you don't yell at them later.
Oh,
but they
God.
said theoretically your aesthetic harkens to the likes of Kiss. How does that make you feel?
Suck it,
Bro.
You can suck it. No, I'm
What?
kidding. Honestly, dog, like I mean, you could say it's Kiss. Who cares? I mean, I really
It
don't
doesn't
care.
look anything like Kiss.
I did just stick out the
No,
tongue.
they
like,
don't like it. It looks like Day of the Dead makeup. Who says it
Honestly.
looks like Kiss?
Go ahead, call him out.
Call him out. First
Dreams-
name only.
Dreams between.
Oh.
Morgan.
You in trouble, Morgan.
Morgan, are you serious, Morgan?
Okay, you know what? Okay, well I can see like.
Well, he's talking about just the theatrics of it.
Oh, the theatric-
is
I
Kiss.
mean-
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. But
Because it's just black and white. But do you guys use colored makeup, or is it only black and white for
yeah,
the Sugar
dog,
Skull?
I used the first show that we had. I was like, I did a red skull because because the whole culture appropriation thing. So I was like, I'm gonna wear red face paint. I'm gonna do like a, the Mexican flag on my neck kind of thing to like screw that person. And obviously.
Well, I mean, if you want to screw him, I mean, you are attractive. You probably just screw him. I mean, just saying, like.
No, just say like, fuck you, man. Like I'm Mexican American. Like how culture appropriating like am I if I'm like celebrating my own freaking culture? Like come on. But when like for us for theatrics wise.
And he says, "Don't hate if you haven't seen Kiss live."
Are you a Kiss fan?
He's their Kiss
I don't. You guys know Morgan. I don't know him.
Kiss fan for days. No,
He wants to rock and roll all night.
I mean, good for them. I mean, they worked the marketing angle.
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
to they were very good at branding themselves. In that regard, they're like they're admirable. In other ways, not so much, in my opinion.
Man,
I mean, I
that
should
was
keep
an
my opinion to
insult.
myself. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Art is art.
Art is art.
Everybody has their own
no,
opinion.
art is not art. Because I've seen people fucking throw shit at a canvas and call it art. I don't agree.
No, dude. I mean, okay. So for
I mean, there's people who fucking bleed into a jar and save it up and then throw it at a canvas, and that's not art. That's just fucking mental illness.
oof. At that point, that's like people's ways of being creative is very, very profound and very interesting, to say the least. But I don't know, man. For us, we were like, we like the theatrics. We were thinking more Misfits in the theatrics. We were thinking Behemoth. a
Yeah.
little bit. We were
I'm
thinking.
grabbing a beer. Would you ladies like one?
Oof, nah, man.
You got more coffee?
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, we need
Coffee.
coffee.
I'm still having to finish mine.
Fuck yes.
Yes, cream?
Yeah, just cream. Thank you.
But long story short, for us, we're very theatrical in the sense of like we're trying to be more
It's like creating a fantasy.
yeah,
Kind of
creating
like
a whole like
a
world.
whole new persona, a whole new like, and we're working on our look. It's evolving, but
Yeah.
like it's. I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak for you, but this is what I feel like.
This is a duo. You have to speak. You know, this is a duality. You know, you're also, you know, implementing.
You know, like Slipknot creates a fantasy, Guar, fucking Behemoth, fucking Kiss, I guess. You know, like, you know, you create another dimension. You bring the audience to another world with your stage presence and your look. And that's what we're going for.
But the reason why we don't have our face paint now is because I woke up like probably an hour before this, and I was kind of running. I was running a little late.
I mean,
you know, this is the Hijas de la Muerte unmasked. So you see us without face paint. But yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, you're spot on about it. You know, because like we both, you know, want to have like this, you know, stage presence of being able to, you know, not wow the people and not differentiate ourselves, like, and be like very prominent on differentiating ourselves. It's just that we very much like theatrics, and we very much like having like, I guess you could say, not as like a gimmick. I wouldn't say gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
It's more so like a just you know, having a chance to express ourselves, you know, music wise, you know, stage wise. Just we want to, you know, bring it all or like it's an all or nothing kind of thing for us.
And Morgan's now sucking up. He says definitely theatrically and aesthetically Misfits as well.
You could have said that first, man.
Yeah, you could have said that first.
Just kidding.
Which
I'm
one of you
sorry, I
does he
didn't
have a
mean to
crush
call you
on?
out, Morgan. I don't think anybody knows who you are, except for a few people.
We will find you, and we will sit here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Send her flowers.
Send her all the flowers. Actually, no, don't even send her flowers. This is what you gotta do.
Chocolate.
Send her chocolate. Send her.
Edibles.
I want a motorcycle.
Get her a motorcycle. Get her a motorcycle, and then get her some candles, some nice smelling candles. That would be the ideal.
And chocolate. Lots of chocolate.
And chocolate. Okay.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Oh, dark.
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
100%.
So, like 90% pure dark or 70?
I've had 90%. Like 70 is better.
Thank
like,
you.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah. Not too sweet and not too bitter.
Yeah. I like.
Look what you did to me. You're making me drink beer.
We're so sorry.
What?
We're making.
I'm joking.
What do we do?
I'm not. I'm
so
just.
much.
It's called not taking responsibility for one's own actions and projecting them onto someone else.
We're projecting so hard.
You didn't do anything. I just didn't feel like making another thing of tea, and beers are right out of the tap.
Yo,
There you
man,
go.
relax.
I plan to.
Oh man.
Someone's got to drink for all three of us, and it's not you two.
We're probably the most. I wouldn't say the most sober band out there. I mean, I'll drink.
You're
a
just
little
not
bit.
big
I
partiers.
socially drink. I don't really drink.
So you suffer from peer pressure.
I do. I suffer from peer pressure greatly. Nah, I mean, I've got.
He said he's listening. Salted?
Who? Dreams Between?
He's salty.
We'll have okay.
We'll have words.
We'll have words.
Fight. Fight to the death.
Oh, that could be good. That could be bad. Bring a
Words.
broom.
Wiffle ball badge.
Salty.
No, it's salted chocolate.
Oh,
Oh,
salty.
salty.
Oh.
What? Oh,
No,
I thought
and
you said salty.
I thought he said he was salty. I was like, oh man, this is
Hey.
about to be like the Warriors. You
No,
remember the
salted.
Warriors?
My favorite chocolate, okay, has like spices in it. Like put some jalapeno peppers in it or like chilies. Get me some like spicy chocolate.
Yeah, because you know they have like salted dark chocolate.
Yeah.
That's what he was asking.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he's listening.
Hey. You just.
Okay.
I think you won a little bit.
And if you need to, there's a great Indian curry restaurant in Del Rey.
Oh my
Saffron
god.
and spice. Oh my God. The chicken vindaloo is amazing.
Yo,
Okay, I do like
hype
Indian
my
food.
man up. Yeah.
I do. I love curry.
Oh my God. I feel so like I love. I've had chicken vindaloo pretty much in every country I've ever gone to, and surprisingly, both in Poland, not so surprisingly in London, the curry is amazing.
That's actually pretty good. I've never.
Well, in London, there's a huge Indian
population. Yeah, huge.
But Poland was one that shocked me. But
Okay.
oh yeah, curry is amazing.
I like that. I'm gonna have to travel to the UK.
Oh no, actually the saffron and spice in Del Rey is really fucking good as well. I was like,
that's awesome because like I'm not familiar with many Indian restaurants. I have met like so few Indian people. Like okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and say it.
you white. You like pumpkin
coconut.
spice? Do you like?
I mean, to be fair, I'm half white, but it's sad. It's sad.
Do you like pumpkin spice lattes?
Yes. Oh my god, I get them every single time.
Do you have Uggs?
I don't have Uggs.
Okay.
I think that Uggs are retarded.
Do
No
you-
offense to people who like Uggs.
I'm sinking in.
But I am
So you're not
so
that basic
gonna
white girl
just-
then?
I am pretty basic. I do get pumpkin spice lattes. I love pumpkin everything. I'm like, yeah.
Make sure you get pumpkin spice flavored condoms.
Is that? Yo, they've got. I don't even. I'm not getting into
What?
it. Not getting into it.
I don't know.
Do those exist? Or
Probably.
oh my god.
It's for.
But they're never mind.
It's seasonal.
I'm pretty sure they're seasonal and they're for oral sex
time,
only.
It's a limited time only. It's a nice
my
little.
God.
What do you call it? One of those Secret Santa gift packages.
I'll be your
man.
secret Santa. Come sit on my lap and tell me what you want. Have you been a good girl or a bad girl? Hey, you're gonna be a bad girl now, aren't you?
Be like be like
terrible.
Krampus, and then you're ending like. It's like one. Have you seen Krampus? Oh man. Okay, so fun fact.
That's
Fun fact.
Dude,
I actually worked at Halloween Horror Nights, and they called a reserve. So whenever somebody called out or if somebody was like, it wasn't present, I was like specifically made to be in that house only because they all had elves. And you know, I'm a midget. I fit into everyone's clothes because we're all midgets and we're all like 40.
Are you sure? Is that what you're trying to tell everyone?
Yeah. we were in. Well, I was in Krampus. Long story short, I was in Krampus. I was a midget, and I was like scaring people and stuff like that. And then I'm like, I kid you not, the funniest shit happened. It wasn't funny. It was actually very disgusting. Like, it was very terrible.
You peed yourself?
No,
You made
somebody
someone
else
pee
did. So I actively saw it and it was terrible. And then like I heard within the haunt one night, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like just no. Like, I don't know if I'm like, allowed to even talk about this, but like scare actors, my dog, like you get roughed up. Like you get drunk people like coming at you, like fists and stuff, and you've got freaking idiots coming out here on drugs because they're like, oh, I don't get scared anymore. I got to take drugs to like freak myself out. And then like people will actively like sock one to you. And like it was a lot of stuff happened in that house, and it was very sad. Like a lot of elves got injured during the process.
A lot of elves were injured during the filming of the scare house.
Yes. But honestly though, it was awesome. It was so much fun. Midgets. Yeah. I was small. I think that's where I was going with this, or Krampus. I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry, it was a tangent.
So, if you guys could travel anywhere and play, where do you think you would be best received if you could travel anywhere in the world?
Huh, that's a good question.
Mexico.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, Mexico.
No, you're right.
Is there a big punk scene down there?
Mexico, yo, if you statistically see any freaking like punk band or any rock style music, like what do they call it? Those things where
Things, we call them things. Those things are
oh
called
my
things.
god, it left me. Okay, just statistics.
Statistically speaking, yes.
Mexicans are like one of the biggest.
They're
punk
like
rockers.
Mexico has the biggest.
Oh, and just for reference, put your arm right there, Sammy.
Oh my god! I'm so
All
what?
right, ready? Most Mexicans actually look like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, wait, I'm
actually.
sorry. Let me do it so you can see exactly how white I really
Oh
am.
man, yeah. Compare the.
That's still how most Mexicans actually look. You didn't know.
Yeah,
All
dog.
that Spanish blood.
Yeah, dog. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get called Puerto Rican and Cuban a lot. Not
Oh, you want to
Mexican.
piss a Cuban off? Call him a Puerto Rican or Mexican. You want to piss a Mexican off? Call him Puerto Rican or Cuban.
Dog, like I'm.
You want to piss a Puerto Rican off? Just say anything to him.
But long story short, yeah. So statistically speaking, and I saw this like just recently, Mexico has the biggest punk rock following and like rock following ever. Like you will be so well received in Mexico.
If you don't get shot by the cartels.
Yeah, I got mi familia is down south, so you know we good. We chilling. We'll be on the ranchero. You know, I had to
On the
emphasize ranchero. Yeah, the ranch. Be good to go. It'd be awesome.
So now with that, if you could play anywhere, where would you want to play? Like, is there like a venue somewhere in the world that you would love to play?
Ooh.
Like CBGB's or fucking Wimbledon or...
Wow.
Whiskey a go go.
Whiskey a go go. We were like,
You want to talk
yeah. I mean, in our previous band, we were kind of lined up for it,
this close?
but they thought that we were a local band in California, and they were like, "Well, since you're not local, we're not going to." But we were like,
this.
they
Close.
sought us out, and they were like, "We want you guys to play with us." But it was
This
kind of like,
close.
I don't want to talk shit, but it was kind of like your pay your way
This
sort
close.
of thing.
But it didn't matter
Yeah.
because we would have been at Whiskey a
I
go go.
know, and it's legendary. In like California.
We would have played where Motley Crue played.
Fucking
Get into
The
fights.
Doors,
Oh,
like Jim Morrison, like
I would love to play there with this band for sure.
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. That's
like
also pretty.
England.
Yeah, dog. Or it could be like O2. Which
Yeah,
is in-
Wimbledon, the stadium. Where
Dog.
they have tennis, and then people like Freddie Mercury with Queen have played there, Elton John,
He's so awesome. If
Rolling Stones, the Beatles. No one you probably ever heard of.
a little bit. No, not really. I mean, they're up and coming. I don't know, man. Yeah, Whiskey a Go Go.
The Clash.
Go.
You might have
Yeah.
heard of them.
A little bit. I think so.
I'm
Madison
trying to
Square
think.
Garden too.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. We're, just
So you definitely got the rock and roll stars in your eyes. That's obvious.
thinking globally, man. Taking over the world one day at a time. A little bit. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. No, like some people don't have dreams of playing big venues or playing any kind of venues.
Mm.
So that's cool that you guys like really have venues. Excuse me, fucking carbonation.
Yeah, I got
But
coffee burps. I'm like,
You guys have venues that you'd love to play. That's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Now, is there a venue you love watching a show at anywhere that you've been?
Wow.
I would
well,
say Culture Room.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Highly Suspect.
Suspect. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was
a dream.
a cool
I cried.
vibe.
I cry.
I mean, and Madison Square Garden was like unforgettable just because like the Misfits have influenced us so much,
Yeah. And that whole trip was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Oh man, cool weather. I mean, it's cool now, but
Felt like a fever dream almost because we were there for 3 days and we did so much. It was awesome though. So sick.
Now, if you could add any artist, musician / into your band to make it a threesome, who would that be?
Ooh. Like anyone?
Anyone, live or dead, in any position. Like they could take over as the frontman or woman,
Oof.
or drums and you go play something else or whatever. Like,
Damn.
oh man,
Honestly.
like who's that person you'd love to play with?
oh man, that's a really tough question. You're asking some really heavy questions. I don't know
Okay,
if I
well-
can handle it.
All right, let's make it easy. If you had to name a musician as your hall pass, who would that be?
Hall pass.
Yeah, if you passed him in the hall, you could fuck him with no there's no rules with that affects your current relationship.
Dog.
Michael Hutchins.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite sing. In Excess is my favorite band. One of my favorite bands.
Okay,
Michael Hutchins all the way.
Okay. Honestly, dog, like if I could sing, like if I could sing, I would have Tommy Lee play drums for us.
And would he be your hall pass as well?
Damn, dude, yeah, I love Tommy Lee. Like I'm obsessed with that man. Like the young Tommy Lee. Let me be your wife, please.
So, who's one of your favorite bands that you think's one of the most underrated that people don't like or say they don't like that you think are actually really good? Not that people talk shit, because like there's plenty of bands, like everyone talks shit about Nickelback, but they were a huge band. Like,
Dude,
everyone
they have
talks.
a following. It's like ICP. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, whoop whoop, you down with the clown? No hate to them. I actually really like Juggalos.
But is there like a band that you're a huge fan of that people like just don't give them the respect they deserve? Like for me, I know one of the big band, in my opinion, they were an amazing band, was like Styx.
Okay. I'd have to say Motley Crue. For me, Motley Crue.
I don't know. These are hard questions.
Because like
it's like I'd have to really think about it. Band that I love that's underrated.
Or that you feel is underrated.
That I feel is underrated. I don't know. I would have to say like NXS isn't underrated.
They kind of are.
Like
I like
fucking
NXS.
love NXS. It's like one of my favorite, if not my favorite band. It's like an Australian band, so it's like they weren't as well known in the United States, and like you hear their songs everywhere, but it's like I don't know who that is.
I Need You Tonight.
I need you. Yeah, I Need You Tonight. What You Need, like Never Tear Us Apart, like yeah, I fucking love that band. I could go on and on about that band.
Also Faya too. Faya like they're like they're up and coming band right now. They're signed on Black Hearts Records, which is Joan Jett's record label. Fun fact. Yeah. And they're like a 4-piece female punk band, and they're amazing. They have a song called Sister K, and it's about like them being in Catholic school, and they're like Sister K, like, you know, screw you Sister K, and like they've got this one song called what's that other one? They actually just released a new album, and I was like, oh shit. So I just started listening to that, and I was like, oh man, this is so good. But Faya's my favorite.
Really, really good.
I like Faya a lot.
It's actually kind of an influential band for us. Like,
yeah, I'd say so.
it's all female.
All female.
All female.
All female.
Hispanic.
All female Hispanic. They're freaking dope.
Right on.
Check them out. Yo, how long have we been talking for? This is
I
amazing.
know, like, this is
I don't know.
awesome.
I don't keep track of time.
This is so
Yeah,
great.
it was like
When did we
I was
start?
just wondering that, like, how long have we been talking?
At least 2 hours.
It's almost 6 o'clock.
What? Oh wait.
It's almost
Okay,
6,
oh
man.
my
Why, do you have
God,
a dinner date?
Nah,
No.
we could just keep talking
Oh
forever.
my God.
Yo, the fact that people are still watching, if
The
they're
thing
still
or not-
watching,
Yeah, there's people still watching.
No
damn.
way.
Yep.
kudos to you, my friends.
Thank
you
you.
so much for checking us out, and, you know, thank you for having us on this podcast.
So let me
This is
ask you
dope.
something a little weird. I like weird.
Okay.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen at a show, whether you're performing or at?
I mean, performing or at. So it would have to be a live show. I
Yeah.
would say Gigi Allen. I think anybody would say, but I was
No,
never
that
at
you
a
saw
Gigi.
in person.
Okay, in person.
That you saw. Like, you saw it with your-
can count on
I was thinking like green Jello. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Please, okay, we love you, Green Jello.
Yo, green Jello.
We're grateful to
crazy.
have played with you, Green Jello, but
Um,
he's like, I want to see everybody drunk, and he like went on for that for like an hour
And it
or
was
half an hour.
wild.
That was like most of.
I-
It was great. It was great, but that
No,
was
not green jello, another green jelly.
Or green
whatever.
Oh,
Green
man.
jelly.
Oh,
Because
Three little
the
pigs.
jello, yeah.
Oh man, I made myself sick.
Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair,
Oh my
my chinny
God.
chin chins.
I can't believe I
Yo,
got that wrong. I'm
we
so
s-
sorry. I'm
we-
tired.
Well, that's what they were originally green jello, and
Oh,
then
okay.
They had
the
to
Jello
change.
Corporation sued them
yes.
Okay.
and made them change their name to Jelly.
Okay.
I still refer to them as green jello. I'm sorry.
But yeah, he was like, I'm not gonna start singing until everybody in this show is drunk.
oh god, yeah.
Everybody in here has to start drinking right now. And I'm like,
Okay, dog. I've seen some.
I don't drink.
Dog, I've seen some weird stuff. Some weird stuff. We've seen some weird stuff.
We have seen a lot more weird stuff than that.
Yeah,
a lot more bizarre stuff than that.
What was it? Dude, I can't even begin to explain.
We'll start at the end and work our way to the beginning.
Yeah. Well, the guy doing the splits at our show, that was crazy. Like, this man is like 55 years old.
Oh yeah, that tops everything.
And that topped it all.
He was in his 60s.
He was just straight up like doing
He did the
splits. Like, he
splits.
just went, ugh. And he was actually twerking while he was doing it. And I was like, oh shit. And like, you see this man in like a North Face, like red button up and like some blue like dad jeans and some kegs.
What are dad jeans?
Kegs. What are they called? Not those jeans.
These jeans are dad jeans.
Not those jeans. No, like we're talking.
They're baggier, but not.
No. We're talking like Costco jeans. Costco. Those aren't Costco jeans, are they?
Are they?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Like we're talking Costco, like the generic
these are
jeans.
Amazon.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's smart. I should probably just start doing that. But this man was wearing not even kegs. What do you call them? Like,
Khakis?
No. They're like the Walmart version of Reebok.
Fila?
No, I can't remember the name. Oh well,
The
but he was
Walmart
wearing.
version of. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this man was just going crazy, and he was going like, yeah, he was doing like the Numa.
Numa.
And that was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen. Second weirdest thing was this is a favorite. I like this band. I personally like this band. This band was awesome. But the first time that I saw them, I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
I was like, oh my god. Macronium, like, started like it was amazing.
cutting himself
He was
on
it was
stage,
crazy. Like, he threw a light bulb up in his face and like was starting to like cut himself and was like riding like this little pony thing back and forth. And like, even before I even knew them, I was like, dog, this is insane. Oh my god, this is awesome. I was like, this is crazy. This is so, oh my god. I fell in love with them. I thought that was like the sickest thing. That was crazy. And then we played with them too, and that was like, ah. And then I wouldn't say what else?
I remember we played with this Japanese band, and I forgot
the Cattlefish Fritter.
Yeah, and he would like stand on his bass.
The upright bass.
The
too.
upright bass. Like, he did some really like nasty kung fu shit, and like was like standing on it. It was like, oh my god.
And he was playing that thing.
And we followed them, I think. Or
we
played before them.
We played before them. Those dudes were insane. It was like
Standing on top of the bass, keeping it balanced and still playing it?
Yeah,
something
dude,
like
it
that.
was
I
some
forgot
crazy-
what it was, but it was nuts. It was something like that.
it was nuts. And then what was the other one? Daikaiju. Oh my god, that band's nuts. They're like a surf rock band, I think. I don't want to.
They're a rock band.
They're a rock band. There we go. And they wear face masks, right? And they don't sing. Like, none of them sing, but they play music. Like, they're all instrumental. And they, like, move their shit all around the floor. Like, the first time I ever saw them was at Respectables. And they just move their stuff all around. And then at the very end, they just light their shit on fire.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact. That was the band that like was playing at Prop the first night.
I know. They set their van on fire. It was really cool.
It was really fucking
I saw
cool.
pictures.
And we missed it because we were playing. That was our first show.
It was our first show.
And they were at Prop. And like, yeah.
It was still awesome.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be the fucking buying a new guitar after every show.
Dude, I don't know how they managed to do it. They've got like the lighter fluid, and they just like right on the cymbals and like on the drums, and like they're having people like carry them.
Yeah, I saw
that and
that.
stuff. Yeah, and it's like nuts. I'm like, yo, I'm about to do that. Do some like 21 Pilots or like Daikaiju where people like lift my drum set up and I'm just like playing on it. And, like, I'm light, man. It's good. You know, I'll drop a few pounds and then have people like stand up and stuff.
Macronium is Miami Manson.
Could be. I don't know, man. I can't believe Joe. is his name, right? Joe.
Wow, there's still
Dude.
people like
I'm-
listening to us.
Yes.
Oh, dude, Joe. I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, I think it's Joe.
I'm so terrible
Maybe.
with names. I'm so terrible. I'm way better with faces, to be honest. So if I forget
Yeah.
your name, like, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna say, hey, dude, or hey, how's it going, homegirl? You gotta give me like a few times, or I'll like secretly like go on my Facebook and just be like,
Who the fuck is this?
and be like, oh, okay, I got you. Hey, what's up, homegirl?
I forgive myself for it because everybody forgets my name.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, hey, you.
You?
What's up, dude?
Hey, you.
I don't think anyone wants to hear you screaming you. Oh.
You'd be like, hey, man, what's up, dude? Hey, guy. I'd be like, hey, hi.
Oh, it's you. I remember you.
And then you're just
How's
like,
it going?
you're just like inside, like, remember.
I slept with him. What's his name? I slept with him. What's his name? Oh, I see you both have had that experience.
No.
I've had that one. What's her name? Oh, shit.
sorry.
Oh, hi, doll. Yeah, good to see you. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's been forever.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Hey, what's her fucking name? Dude, you're the one that slept with her. How do you not know her name? I don't remember her fucking name.
God.
What's her name? It's Aranda. Oh, okay.
A Rhonda? A what? Okay, that's the one thing that I hate being called is a Rhonda. Do not call me a Rhonda, please. Unless you want to piss me off.
Fun fact.
Oh, makeup
Rhonda.
sex. No, I'm
Fun
kidding.
fact. Hey, so
Okay.
I wanted to talk about this shirt.
Yes, let's talk about
Okay.
There's no significance other than the fact that I just bought it today and I thought it was really great. I found it at Target. It's Smokey the Bear. You can prevent forest fires. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just really like this shirt today, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna wear this. It's very nice. I might like burn a hole through one of his eyes. See.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the DA sound that you don't like that gets your name instead of Arana.
Rhonda.
Arana.
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
So
Like
it's duh.
Arana.
it's like it's the most common mistake.
Arana. No, I'm fucking drunk and fucking up.
No, you're fine. Like I used to work with at a nursery and mostly Spanish people, and they used to call me Aranya, which means spider, and it was kind of mean. But like Aranda, I'd rather be called Aranya than Aranda.
But it's Arana. I'm so fucking drunk now I can't even remember.
no, but
Aradna.
yeah,
Aradna.
Aradna.
Yeah, like Arad. Aradna.
ASAP
Aradna.
Rocky.
Yeah.
But it's a na instead of da.
Aradna.
Yeah.
Arana.
Nah.
Aradna.
As long as you say nah, it's Aradna. Nah. Like, nah, fam, I'm good. So Aradna.
Aradna.
Hey, at least they didn't call you pendeja.
Yeah.
I got a new nickname at work. They
call-
call me pendeja.
Oh,
you know
no.
what?
You know,
I would rather be
You
called
look
that
so
than
lovely
Aranda.
today, pendeja.
Oh my, so funny.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's so good to see you today, pendeja.
That's too funny. Pendeja is also female tense too. So they're calling you a female, you know, like dumbass instead of like a male dumbass. So like pendejo is for guys, pendeja is for females. Fun fact. Fun
Yeah,
fact.
well, it could be worse. They could have been calling her puta.
No, that's true. Well, actually,
Whoa, why are you saying? I'm not talking about you personally. I'm just talking about for the meme. Wow.
this is a
Look,
personal
you're beautiful,
attack.
but not everything's about you.
Oh,
What?
Okay, well, almost everything's about you, but that's not everything.
Oh no, you're good.
just today, man. Just
You're
today.
good.
We're on this.
Sometimes I go into that place where it's like the universe. It's not circling around me.
Oh my God.
my god. Let me just.
There goes gravity for a few moments.
Oh no.
No, you're good. You're good. Like
Damn,
I'm
dude.
sure they called me that behind my back because like I think that like they're like she doesn't speak Spanish. She is Spanish. Like what's wrong with her? And I learned Spanish as a consequence of that.
Hey, at least they didn't call you pinche gringo.
Oh, that's
Pinche
true.
gringo.
That's true.
Oh, what does that mean?
Like fucking white person. Or like, you know, and in this case, coconut.
It's okay. I'll own it.
It doesn't matter. It's all pink on the inside.
Like I'm a Twinkie.
Oh my god.
What do they call them? Twinkies? You're a Twinkie?
Oreos.
Or Oreos? There we go. Oreos. Oh my, I don't know. We're getting off topic, I guess. Or yeah. I'm tired,
Wow.
man.
Well, this way went way left field.
I'm sorry. We've been talking for so long. This is awesome. Check us out. Facebook, Instagram. Hijas de la Muerte. We're playing a show.
Yes.
December 17th on Tuesday, Orlando. Sound bar. And then Friday, 305 Fest in Churchill's. We're going to Disney.
Well, you have fun at Disney. I'm going Universal.
Oh,
Oh,
she's never gone to Disney
nice.
though. So
I
we gotta
like
go.
the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
We
Nice.
still have to go.
I'm a Potter fan.
I like Harry Potter.
But I'm like oh my god. So I went to Universal. I have if everyone can see it up there, I have an interactive wand.
Same.
And they have throughout Harry Potter, they have little stations where you can use the wands to make things happen.
Cast spells.
Well, depending on the time of day, you have to stand like in a different spot because the glare will fuck it up and it won't read. So if you adjust, the camera will see it. And I have this very bad habit, and I get way too much pleasure out of it, is when people can't make it work because they're standing at the wrong angle to like stand behind them but off at the right angle. And when they've given up and they're trying to figure it out, make it happen.
Oh.
And then walk away.
You know what?
Wow.
Me and one of my best friends.
But I blame the alcohol. It's definitely the alcohol involved that makes me think like that.
But me and my best friend Nino, when I used to have my access to go into Universal Studios, we would go just because we'd be bored or whatever, and or we'd finish class and we would go. She would try to do it, and she would screw up, or I would try and do it, and we would screw up, and then we would figure out oh, that's not how you do it. You got to angle yourself a certain way. So then we would do it, and then one of us would do it right. First go, and we get mad at each other, and we're like, what the hell, how'd you get it, what the heck, oh my god. But it's fun. I gotta take, we'll go to Universal next time. First is Disney.
And Universal's a lot more affordable in my opinion.
That too.
Oh,
And I think I like it.
It's your inner childhood, man.
Well, not that. It's that the distance between rides is not as far to walk.
That too.
And the distance between the different parks is not that far.
That's also very true. But you know what? I think the perfect way to do all this is just get Heelys. Do you remember Heelys? Oh no! I just dated myself. Okay.
I remember them.
So yeah,
They just never made them in adult sizes.
Yeah, I know. They actually have them now for adult sizes. Fun fact. I'm about to buy some. Well, I mean, I've got kid
You
size.
still wear kid-sized boots.
I know. I've got kid size feet. If y'all can see. Today actually so I didn't bring a change of clothes, which was I usually bring emergency change of clothes whenever I'm spending the night over at someone's house, but I completely forgot.
Not mine, for the record.
Not his for the record, but just in general.
Oh my
and
God.
so
Her mystery love.
I just friend's house general, but anyway, I was trying to find clothes because I was like, oh no, I didn't bring any extra change of clothes, so I went to Target henceforth, and I actually looked in the kids section to find shoes because these were the shoes that I wore last night, and I was like, I fit in most of the kid sizes, but all of it it was funny because I was like, these shoes don't look great on me. I'm just gonna stop because it literally looked like my foot was like I had baby hands, and baby feet. It was very depressing. But hey, at least I can fit in the kids section. Oh my god!
I have monster feet compared to you.
I've just got baby feet, man. Your foot next to mine is I'm just small.
You smooth.
Small thing. But fun fact, I guess. I don't know. The coffee has kicked in and I'm hyper jittery. And I'm just doing one of those I don't need drugs, I need coffee, and I'm
All right, so with that, I got a question.
Yes.
Cafe Cubano or Cafe con leche?
Oof, cafe con leche, 110%, because Cafe Cubano, I literally
Oh man, if you want to keep going for hours, Cubano. I used to drink that at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, let's get
But I
Cuban
stopped.
food after this. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck yeah. Cuban food?
I eat everything. I'm a fat
Cuban
boy at
food.
heart.
About to get some Cuban food after this. Oof. Yes. Good idea. I don't think I've eaten at all today. I just had a Reese's Pieces chocolate chip cookie dough filling and coffee, and so the fact that I'm all over the place. But yeah, no jokes for me. Just caffeine and candy. That'll do it.
So what kind of candy do you like?
Oh, all-time favorite: Midnight, Milky Way, and Swedish Fish.
Swedish Fish.
I love Swedish Fish.
Snow caps.
What?
Really?
You like snow caps?
Snow caps are my favorite.
You really are Caucasian. Not even white. You Caucasian.
My dad would be He's so ashamed of me. Okay.
Why would
My
I
dad.
keep sinking in the chair,
My
man. I'm
dad,
getting
like, my
comfortable.
dad is like completely American. My dad's Indian, but he's completely Americanized. He watches football, he eats meat. Like, and traditionally in my family, we don't eat meat. And he's like Americanized, but he sometimes likes to pretend that he's like super religious and Hindu. And like, he like, when he tries to be a parent, he's like, he puts that on me. He's like, why aren't you married? Why aren't you married with a son?
I've already arranged 3 different marriages for you.
No,
What have
thank
you
you.
done?
He was talking about that too a long ass time ago. He was like talking about arranging a marriage for me. I was like,
Well, here's one. Interesting fact. Did you know arranged marriages have a 70% success rate?
yeah,
Whoa.
it's weird. It is weirdly high.
Someone arrange a marriage for me. I'm done. I'm ready.
Don't say that.
Well, think about the purpose of an arranged marriage is about bringing 2 families together
For wealth
It's political,
and stuff.
sort
for
of.
wealth. And
Politics.
so if you can afford an arranged marriage, like it's going to, first of all, like what most people don't realize is most arranged marriages are done when the kids are first born. So you grow up with that person.
Oh.
Like, you know
Yeah.
them most of your life, then you go off to high school or college or whatever, and then after is when they usually occur.
That's true. That's like Rumney gypsies. They do that, but they don't, like, they sometimes get their kids into like elementary school, middle school, or like high school, and then they'll like stop them halfway through, and then they have to like take like mainly the women or the girls will have to drop out of high school and start taking care and like learning how to clean and cook for their husbands and stuff like that, and then they'll like have arranged marriages and like they'll have to marry like their cousins. It's just weird, but you know, gypsy facts or fun.
Parker
facts.
says I can go fuck myself. Snow caps are awesome. Parker,
Yeah, snow caps are awesome.
They
though.
are.
Yeah.
Parker, you're Caucasian as well.
If people think he's Spanish, Parker,
Yeah,
you're a
no.
trooper. I cannot
Yo,
believe you're
trooper
still
for
watching
y'all
this.
for watching this.
Yeah,
man. We've
yeah,
been
I
going, I
cannot-
think like 3 hours now or
See,
something.
I make the joke, like, I'm white, I'm not Caucasian. Like, give me curry, give me some good barbecue, throw them spices on.
Hey, my dog.
Parker actually shows me pictures of curry. And I get mad at him because I love Indian food. Indian food, oh my god, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
But he sends me pictures of curry just to piss me
Non-bread.
off.
Non-bread.
When he
Oh,
makes
no.
curry with his family, he like pisses me off and he like sends me pictures like that is
Bring it to me, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
Bring some curry, please. Please.
Oh, I love curry.
Curry's good. The first time I ever tried curry, I made it myself. It was so terrible. I ended up like getting sick from it because it was like hella expired, and it was a bad experience. And then the second time that I tried curry, I was like, oh shit, so this is how it's supposed to taste like, not like what I made it. It was funny. It was
Oh,
terrible.
that's the one time where I'll definitely be eating lamb. I love.
So good. Curried lamb, so
I'm
good.
hungry.
God.
Now I want to eat a
That's
salmon
amazing. I kind of want to get Indian.
You want to
food.
get? We'll get Indian food.
It's
Indian
it is
food after
super
this.
expensive. I don't know.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We'll
Okay.
dip into the band fund.
Okay.
So we know you like food. What is something like you guys are obviously become? You guys say you guys euphemistically,
Yeah,
but
no, it's all good.
you obviously have become very close together. How long have you guys known each other?
2 years.
Oh, we're going on 3.
Going on 3 years.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Beautiful relationship. My partner in crime.
Yes, my other half.
Whoa, that was cool.
At the same time.
Heterosexual life mates.
Domestic partnership.
Yes. Yeah, like we grew like because like we kind of shared this like kind of trauma of losing our last band because we got so far together and we all worked so hard to get to a certain point, and we were actually making some headway with our last band, and we kind of got torn to not to talk shit. I don't want to talk shit. That's not what I'm here for. But like, kind of like it was a big blow, and we kind of, I don't want to say trauma bonded, but
But is that where you guys met? Was in the band?
yeah,
Yeah.
in our last band. She's the drummer. I was the bass player in that band, and then later the guitar player. But like it was huge because like we were a sisterhood. Like we really were. We were friends as well as bandmates, and like what we're kind of trying to do is like carry that love that we had from our last band into this one and not make it about musical success, but like fun, supporting other bands and the music.
Yeah,
like,
genuinely too.
Yeah, genuine. Like we want to have soul in our music, and the other band, not to talk shit, but it, you know, some
It
people,
became about success.
It became about success, and like what
We just got
her
confused.
vision of the band was, and that's okay. Like if she wanted to do
Hey,
something
some
different.
people will blow everybody to get to the top, and that's their prerogative.
I'm not saying that.
Sips tea.
Sips.
Sips coffee.
Like,
Okay,
no.
let me phrase that. Spreads her legs. Whatever.
Oh my god.
No, but honestly, that's
Hey,
like,
any way to make it to the top for that paycheck.
dog,
Oh
you
my
know
God.
what? I mean, like,
Hey, I know
It's
people
not-
admit they'd suck a dick for $1 million, and girls do it for guys who got felonies.
Oh my god, what was it? Firefest or Firefly? No, not. It was one of those festivals that like horribly didn't go well. And in the series or documentary thing, it talked about how this guy would like have to like go down on a guy for a case of water, for cases of water. Sorry, because they didn't have the money because they like were in debt severely. And you know, I wouldn't have done that for cases of water. But I mean, it happened, and it's factual.
She won't do it for water, but
Fire festival.
if
I
you
think.
bring her the
Fire
right
fest.
flowers and food.
No.
Chocolate, snow
Nah,
caps.
dog. Snow caps.
No. What kind of candy was it? Reese's?
No. Midnight Milky Way and Swedish Fish.
That's how you
actually
get your
kinda-
blowjob.
No,
Oh my
no,
God.
dog. I ain't cheap. You about to?
You better buy her dinner.
Nah, dog. You about to pay for my college tuition debt? What you talking about?
Damn. If you're
Motorcycle.
a sugar daddy, she does feet
Spend-
pics, $500.
Yo, pay for my mortgage. Pay for all that. Pay for my medical bills. Then we about to talk. Then we can negotiate.
Damn, and it's still a negotiation.
Then we'll negotiate slight terms. Touch. Just a slight touch. Just slight. Maybe.
Okay.
But anyway. aside from-
Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, we are mutual friends with some of the people in our
In
previous
said band,
so
yes.
there's no bad blood.
There's no
like
bad
we
blood.
made our
We-
we made our peace. We just have a different vision.
We have a
I just
different.
want to be PC about this.
very PC.
And Major Havoc wants to let everyone know that I will let anyone suck my dick for $10. And that's not true. It's not just anybody, just any female.
Oh my god.
But,
I told you he's a troll.
God, your new favorite person.
Seriously.
Hear that,
dude.
James? You're their new favorite person.
Dude.
But no, I mean, like, okay, so to you know, be a little serious here. We in no shape, way, or form have any bad blood, any on our side to us, like us on like this is coming from us, nobody else. It's our own perspective. We have let it go. We have moved on. We have received comments as to comparison of each other, and it's like, we are, we'll say our piece in a very cordial manner.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm being PC, man. But like in all, like obviously, it's the local.
You want your separate ways. The
we
difference
want our
is
separate
done.
ways, man.
It
She
was-
can go fuck her way out of the top. I mean, go
oh
fuck
my
herself.
god, dude.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not forewarn you? I am not PC at all. Like, you tell someone to go fuck themselves because they can go fuck themselves.
Oh man. Like
I'm born and raised in Florida where bet, run that, or let's go means we're going to fight. Fuck the rest of that bullshit.
no.
It's like the one thing I like about Florida.
They're just like very angry. Everybody's
Just
angry.
like
Everybody's aggressive.
aggressive.
And they're just trying to
Nuts.
die.
Florida man.
Florida man that
We don't die. We are fucking invincible from the spirit of the Everglades.
dog from the riding our alligators to Disney. And and eating people's faces off with PCP. God. And with that
Bath
being said,
salts.
we're Hijas de la Muerte. Thanks for watching, guys.
And we're going to wrap that up. Again, where's your next 2 shows at again for
Okay.
people?
So yeah, we're
Soundbar on the 17th, and that's in Orlando. And on the 20th, we're playing Churchill's
305 Fest.
305 Fest.
It'd be awesome.
Be there, be square.
And with that, thank you for another episode of Blue Collar Genius. Ladies and gentlemen, go fuck yourselves.
We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Support you.